There you go. Now you guys can hear things too. Have fun with that.
Oh yes, yes, yeah. I heard I hear Turk speaking. That's fun. So we like to have a pretty uppy place. Turk, in profession, is a works in medicine, so I like to spread a lot of knowledge around that too. We like to play a variety of games. I like community games. I like engagement. I like to be silly. So like Fall Guys, Dead by Daylight, things that don't have a lot of meaning when Turk dies, which happens a lot. And we like to keep it a lot of fun. We like to have a lot of engagement, and we like to eat spicy things, which is more of a Turktopia thing than a Turk thing. Whew.
Nice. Nice. Wonderful. Glad to hear it. So, so obviously now we know a little bit about Turk and Turktopia and everything. What brought Turk to streaming? Like what was the thing that made Turk go, yeah, let's give streaming a try?
It's sort of an accident. It's a great question. Very funny.
Turk streams are amazing.
So what got Turk into streaming is in January of 2021. So Turk was working in medicine. It was the height of COVID. And Turk actually got COVID from an amazing Turk was engaged with COVID so much that the person that gave Turk COVID was actually a family member. So it was actually so funny. I was like, I literally have survived it through hundreds of cases, have been around hundreds of people with it, and boom, one family member. But then I was like, I have all this time, so let's try streaming.
I mean, especially if you have all that downtime, right?
Yeah, they locked Turk up for 14 days. It's pretty isolated, but it was only about 7-day recovery. So I was like, let's give it a try. We got into it, and I gotta tell you, I met a lot of great people really fast. I got very excited about it, and we turned around, affiliate in like a week and a half, and I just really got engaged in the community. It's been like a nice, like down and uphill battle ever since. It goes through beautiful waves, and what really you take home from it is the people you meet.
Nice. I mean, glad to hear it definitely started out really well for you, because I know some people don't have the greatest of starts with streaming, but it's always really nice to hear like those. Yeah, absolutely. Like it started off really nice and everything, because that's always great to hear.
I think so. And you mind, Recon, if I just say one more thing to that?
Absolutely.
So something also that's sort of interesting with that is that I realize that a lot of, especially non-affiliates or very early affiliates, it is a struggle. There's a lot of misunderstandings about how much support they're going to get, how easy that support is going to get, how support is returned, and it's just not an easy thing. And so, like anybody that's sort of new to streaming here, I really just want to emphasize to you guys that it's okay to have bad days. It's okay to meet people. It's okay for them not to always come right back. You're growing, you're doing well, and don't be hard on yourself. It's going to be all right. We all go through ups and downs, and it's okay to let that happen. There's not always a solution that you have to enact right away.
I feel like you know my questions, because you definitely just answered the any tips for new streamers. But yeah, so now we've gotten to know a little bit about Turk and Turktopia outside of the community and everything. What is your role in the community, if you have one? Like what exactly do you do within like the Shadow Stream community?
Turk is volunteered to all kinds of things in SSS, but Turk, his main role is moderation advisor, which is a nice way to put that people realize that Turk's schedule is a little busy, so Turk is always not the first to respond to active issues. But Turk's main thing is that Turk will actively reach out to people whenever there's a small issue, or even like an issue that could come with just some advice and some guidance. So you might get a DM for Turk, and Turk will say something like, hey, I see that this has happened. It's not a huge deal. Here's some ways that you can do the same thing without causing a problem. And here's a way that you can engage better and be able to support yourself. Because, the root stem of a lot of people that, the moderation team has to get involved in is just that they don't know how to engage, but they want to, and they're trying. And so I think that steering people in a direction that helps them understand how to be a better supporter and engager and networker is probably that first key step.
Thank you for the 100 biddies, Porch. Appreciate you. Well, we'll probably have to come up with some kind of like challenge. You know what? Since Goose threw me under the bus last time, we need to come up with a challenge for like if we hit a certain amount of like bits redeemed or subs or whatever, Goose has to do something.
Goose has to bring back the black licorice.
Yes. All right. How much, country? You brought this forward. How much biddies or subscribes do we need for this? I did 10K.
One bit
One
produced.
bit.
Thank you.
All right, you heard it here first. 1 bit donation, and Goose has to bring back Black Licorice for at least one stream. Goose, you don't get a say in this. You don't get a say in this. I'm so sorry. I'm not really sorry though.
Today it is a Turktatorship, so Goose has to abide.
Unsubscribe. Do it. I don't think you have the guts to do that. One licorice hype. There we go. All right, but anyways, back to the questions for you, Turk. I'm gonna go into more personal questions for Turk and everything. What brought the idea for the different wigs and the different outfits and everything? Like, what was the thoughts behind that, or like what made you think of that specific thing to kind of like, I guess, like make you different from other streamers?
Wow, that's a great question. So the first wig was brought. So here's step one. Here's step one. This is the first thing to understand is that Turk, we have no hair. It's an unfortunate family history of just lacking the hair follicles. Country never knew. Very startled here. It's okay. We'll put the wig back on, Country. It's okay. Are we better now?
Country's having an entire midlife crisis over here.
So it's pretty easy. So actually, the first wig that Turk stole from the wife, and people just loved it. It was a great thing. Turk doesn't really lack confidence with those kind of things. There's no harm that's going to come to anybody by being a little bit of silly. And so it was just sort of easy. People loved it, and so I just kept buying it, and now I have probably at least like 20 wigs and at least 10 costumes.
Absolutely fair and understandable. Yeah, no, and like, especially for me specifically, I always wondered that but I didn't know if I could ask like in your streams, because like I didn't know if it was a touchy subject. But yeah,
Turk being bald? No, it's okay.
Yeah, no, because I love cosplaying too, like super much. Like I probably could post them in the chat in Shadow Stream. But yeah, no, I have many different outfits that I wear. Sorry, my cat is pawing at me for attention.
Oh yes, Turk feels that as well most days.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I've always been a huge fan of like cosplay in all of its forms, and like especially with like all your wigs and stuff. That's always a fun part of coming into your streams. Is like, what outfit is Turk wearing today?
Right, exactly. And I also, and this is no secret, I like to foster continued engagement through a little bit of buy-in. So I often have community goals and things like that to do really stupid things. Not anything that's like deadly, but dumb. They're dumb things, like eating a tarantula. That's not going to kill you, but it's definitely dumb to do at baseline.
How was that tarantula?
Oh, it was disgusting. Just to be clear,
so Turk doesn't recommend.
No, well, I mean, you do what you got to do, but it's a great source of protein. But it was not something I'm going to go to a restaurant and be like, y'all don't have tarantula here?
Dang. Instantly leave.
But so I think that, it's a great way to sort of foster your community is like, when, what they're going to do anyway can go to a special goal. It really helps. So like, people often like to support you by, subscribing or things like that. And just sort of being like, hey, that's going to go to something crazy anyway. And they just love to have a little bit extra engagement. I think that maintaining great engagement with the community is important.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. Like, obviously I know Country does the things where he has like, oh yeah, I'll play these horror games and stuff if we get to certain bits, like a certain Outlast that I most certainly had so much fun going through an insanity run with that. Absolutely. I didn't hate that at all. I don't have nightmares of Chris Walker's chains in my sleep at all. No, not me.
Can you just imagine having to run from Chris Walker while you're eating one of those cheese balls? Can you imagine that in like VR?
I did. I had to do that because of a certain someone in this chat right now who may or may not have some pink hair.
Oh no, Turk can't panic. Where's the panic emote?
We do have hydrates. I definitely need to get more water. But there is my hydrate for everybody. I don't know if Country and Turk will join me, but you got at least me to hydrate.
I have Coke. That'll count.
Oh, Recon rant. We got a Turk's amazing pink hair. So I have to rant about Turk's amazing pink hair for a minute. Oh boy. So Turk's pink hair is definitely amazing, and I'm going to tell you why it's amazing. So, not only is Turk's pink hair amazing because obviously it's all over the place, and that just, that in and of itself is just Turk. Like Turk kind of is all over the place, like does everything and everything like that. And so like the hair matches the personality. Also, that wonderful neon pink is absolutely a beautiful color. It goes with any outfit, and if you disagree with me on that, I will fight you in a Wendy's parking lot, which is where you can find pink hair like that 9 out of 10 times. But yeah, there you go. There's my rant. I don't know if that was a minute, but you're welcome.
Turk is joking now. Thank you for that beautiful rant.
But yeah, so back to the questions and everything for you, Turk. What has been the best and the worst parts of your journey as a streamer? Like what have been like one of the greatest highs you've experienced and one of the lowest lows in streaming?
I think some of the best is definitely the people. I think you meet a lot of good people, a lot of people that you can call, friends and stuff like that. I mean, Country and I have known each other, regrettably for over a year now. And we have stuck together. It's I don't know what cursed us, but we've been like that now. Country, you have anything to add about that now?
I mean, it's mostly just no one else is up at 2 a.m., so we're kind of just stuck together.
Absolutely.
But yes, absolutely the people. I mean, even Recon, like we've had a pretty fast friendship. It's been a lot of fun. You just meet good people. And some of the downs is losing some of those people is gonna happen. People quit streaming, things happen in their lives. They leave communities, they disappear, and that's hard. I found that I think they let you recently reassign founders badges and stuff like that, and it was really sort of sad when I could see the people that definitely were around day one and really bolstering, but when COVID let out, people went back to work and things like that a lot of them just got too busy and just disappeared. So that's been sort of hard. But other than that, there's always opportunity to meet new people, and you never know who's going to show back up. So I think that as long as you focus on that engagement and things like that, you get through it.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely 100% agree. Also, I just noticed you do have the same headset I do. So absolute props on that, because yeah, the Arctic series, wonderful headsets.
Stuff.
Wonderful headsets.
They are fantastic.
Country, you're 100% out on this though, because yeah.
Mine's like
it's the same
headset from Walmart, so
that's the same headset Country has had since he was in high school.
Pretty close, actually.
I mean, I would 100% believe that. Yeah.
Country also hasn't bought a shirt since he was in high school, just to be clear.
I have never bought a shirt at a store. I honestly, myself personally, I have never purchased a shirt.
You just have people gift them to you all the time.
It's always Christmas presents.
It's because you just wait and people are like, "We're tired of seeing this on you," and you're like, "Nah, it's comfy now. It's nice and worn in."
All right, so we do have a question for Turk and I. Have we considered the Corsair HS series? Since I don't know what that series is, I can't say that I have personally considered it. But Turk,
I've had a few Corsair products, mostly mouse related. I haven't used any of their headsets. The reason why Turk picked the Arctic series is the Arctic series is pretty easy to switch around between consoles and what you're using, so it's pretty easy to just add it into anything. So like with the press of a button or a Bluetooth signature, it's just ready to go on a PlayStation. Switching into a computer. Sometimes every once in a while I can get it to take input from both the console and the PC, so I don't have to use double headphones. But that's another challenge. So I've always preferred it, but the Corsair products are not bad. They aren't bad at all. Turk particularly loves the keyboards and the mouse, but they got stolen from me by the wife, so Turk had to move on to other things. But it's good stuff.
Job, Country.
Thank you for the shout out for who's that? Is that Turk?
It doesn't work.
Whoa!
Work.
Well, I think it's just the what is it? It's like this, isn't it?
No, the new one. The new built-in.
Oh, it's not that anymore?
I mean, that one
No,
still
there you
works.
go.
Oh, someone else
Yeah.
got it. I just can't spell apparently.
Yeah, I did it.
No, the second one. You did the first one.
Get right. That's right.
Oh, it's because Turk talked. Yeah, so I was right. Okay, cool.
I didn't realize that you had to
Yeah,
like
get
chat before
wrecked,
you could use that. That's
country.
sort of crazy, right?
Thank you, Toe.
Yeah, I feel less bad now. Thank you.
Toe.
What about when like somebody raids? Does it still let you do it then?
Yeah, because they're in your chat once they raid you.
Oh, that's
I see.
interesting.
Oh,
See,
I've been here the whole time.
learning new things every day.
Right.
One of the wonderful things about the streaming journey, none of us know anything, and we're all learning from each other. All
Absolutely.
right. So I am going to open the floor now to our chat. Would anyone like to ask Turk anything? Here is your opportunity. This is always one of my favorite things to do with our interviews is I'm opening the floor to you guys. So what questions do we have? Country, if you also have any questions, feel free.
Oh, I do. First. So we talked about your headgear. How many do you have and which one's your favorite?
Oh, that's a great question. So I definitely have close to 20 to 25 different pieces of headgear. So this one isn't quite a headgear, but Turk loves it. But I think you'll let it go. I like becoming a poop.
It really fits your personality. So
It does. It makes a lot of sense, right? Like the poop and like the dancing poop when it dances.
Mhm. I'm not gonna
Like
lie.
that-
You said let it go, and I thought you were gonna say something about an Elsa wig, and I'm like, what?
No. You know, that's I think the Turk poop is one of the few that Turk doesn't actually wear any other headgear on, so you can see the baldness. But it's a nice little poop head, so it's perfect.
Nice. So we do have some questions that the chat is asking now. So we'll start with the first one from CodetheToad. When did you establish Turktopia? When in your streaming career did that happen?
Oh, that happened pretty early, almost day one. Turk loves the name Turk, and so people probably knows now, but Turk can almost go with any combination of words, and it works. You know, whether it's Turktopia,
Mm-hmm.
Turk hype, Turk lurk, Turk work, all these things is fantastic ways to do it. Turk is bald. Tome, I need you to calm down before I send you green things. Let's see. So Turktopia was established on January 26th, 2021, to be precise. That's when around the time the first affiliate happened there.
Okay.
So we jumped in there.
So you're about to celebrate 2 years then with Turktopia.
Pretty close. It's coming up.
Yeah.
I think country. Did we start about the same time?
yeah, I started on like the 3rd. So
There we go. Nice. All right. So from Otaku again, how are you? How's the wife doing? And also, what have you been up to lately? So 3-in-1 question there.
That's a great question. Turk is doing pretty good. Turk's work. So for those of you that don't know, Turk works in medicine. Is a fellow. So fellows basically only have 1 or 2 years to just get some additional training. Then they find a new job. So Turk is definitely getting ready, having a lot of fun, searching for those new things, those long-time permanent issues. The wife is doing fantastic. She's actually made breakfast, and then Turk ran straight here. So she wasn't filled with that, but at least Turk gets breakfast afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But she's having a good time. She loves taking the little Turk pups on a walk. He's getting that done. And what was the last part? And what have you been up to lately? Oh yes, Turk has just been like, just living the life of just eating the craziest things recently. Turk's up to has been scorpions, bugs, tarantulas, spicy cheese balls, and just a variety of just disgusting things to eat. But it's been a great time. Thank you, Otaku.
So follow-up question to that. Out of all of those wonderful things that you've definitely enjoyed eating, what's been your favorite?
Out of all of them, Turk prefers. I think the tarantula. Was the easiest one of all those mentioned to eat.
Turk to consume.
I think that we got to soak it in some pickle whiskey, and I think that saved it from being much worse. The pickle whiskey sucks, but the problem with these bugs and stuff like that is that they're so dry.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because I feel like that's the only way you kind of can eat them. Otherwise, it gets definitely a little weird.
It does get weird.
Stryke is trying to say you need to consume spicy tarantula balls. So
is that if that's a thing?
Yeah, there you go. If you can find it, Strike, he will eat it.
It doesn't sound too terribly bad.
All right. So the Hierophant asks, how do you decide when and why you decide to add new cosplay headgear to your collection?
That is a great question. So Turk, if there is somebody, so sometimes people send Turk headgear. Turk has done that a few times. People find something they want Turk to wear and they just send it. So that's an easy choice to wear. The second is that Turk likes to come up with themed events, themed things. Like we recently just did Turk Driver. Before we did like Turkmeister, where Turk's beautiful community got the Turkmeister 3000, the beautiful Jägermeister cooler.
Oh boy.
And things like that. And so, then, as I mentioned, we do the engagement. So Turk will find a costume, a new wig and things like that. And Turk does that every maybe three or so months. So that was pretty good stuff. So that's the easy way to find it, because it gives a great reason to get something really, really dumb. And everybody gets to have a good time. And also, I should say that the wife also gets involved in those. And so she always gets a costume out of it too. So she enjoys it as well.
Hey, Bloody Demon, happy to hear it. Definitely very grateful that you are still here streaming with us and everything. Like, yeah, that's what this community is about. We love like showing support and love for, smaller streamers and everything. Not that we don't love larger streamers, but like smaller streamers are definitely the ones that need more love, because yeah. So happy to hear it. Happy to have you here with us. Welcome in. Yeah, it's always nice to hear those wonderful stories from people. But yeah, so next question from the community, also from Hierophant, because he really likes asking questions. May have missed this. Did Turk always talk in the third person, or was that adopted later?
Oh no, Turk is almost exclusively talking in third person since streaming. It actually, so Turk talks also a little bit third person in real life, especially when Turk is trying to think things through. And so it's been awkward because Turk has definitely called Turk in front of other people that don't know that Turk is a streamer.
Mm-hmm.
So like they just sort of look, and I'm just like, oh, I misspoke, my bad. And so yeah, so it's always been a thing. And yes, it can cause awkward situations. I have called myself Turk in front of patients before.
Oh boy.
Sure, but luckily they laugh. They laugh it off. They have a good time. They all have like, Turk works as veterans, and so veterans always have like 82,000 nicknames that make no sense, so they get it.
And Marines totally eat crowns, can confirm. Not that I come from, a military family or anything. No, not me. All right. So a question from my wonderful list for you, Turk.
Yes.
And this might specifically be towards one particular mod that you have, but what made you choose your mods?
When you mean my moderators?
Yes, your moderators.
Oh yeah, man. Moderators for one are just incredibly hard to choose, and there's always like some cool relationship dynamics that you work through and stuff like that with your mods, especially over time. But Turk has several mods that Turk knew before streaming. So the main ones you might know were like $3, which is the wife. Velma's Ghost and Jenny Reeds are both people Turk knew before streaming.
Mm-hmm.
The Country just begged for a mod.
Sounds about right.
He just wanted to make sure that our relationship took that next step, and so we were able to do that together. And so I think those are like some of the key mods there. I'm trying to think of who else there is, but Turk typically bases it on engagement. So I like to have people that are engaged. They monitor Turktopia. They try to, I think one of the biggest things that helps you as a streamer is when your mods engage with viewership.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have new viewers coming in, like the Country will be like, "Hey, welcome in," and that makes a big difference. Besides, the streamer going, "Hey, welcome in," and then only your community speaking to you, the streamer, versus like engaging with those new people, because it's intimidating as a viewer to come into a channel that has several people chatting or several viewerships and things like that. So that engagement is key, and also those that continue to come around are pretty easy. I think the harder step is, you shouldn't ever have, like, in Turk's opinion, like a ton of mods. I think Turk has like 9 mods, and that might be it. I might have less. It might be less. So, I think having too many mods is bound to be problematic in the future.
Awesome. Yeah, most definitely. Absolutely wonderful to hear how much Country begged to be a mod. Love to hear those things. Yeah.
Pay for it.
That's how the cheese balls started. Oh boy.
Oh, cheese balls.
Yeah. Everyone here knows the fun of the cheese balls.
have you ever Country? Did you ever? So the cheese ball started with a different streamer who is a mod in Turk's community, who has them on as a viewer point redeem for like 200 points, and just eats them like they're nothing.
Points.
And so Turk got them, and Turk was like, "This will never be a viewer point redeem." And so then Country was like, "They're not that hot, I'll get them myself and watch this." Country, what happened the first day?
How much did you regret that, Country?
I cried. They're worse than I anticipated.
To be fair, to tell my own story on this, because I was in the same boat Country was, where like I watched Country eat it and I saw him in all this pain. I'm like, oh, they can't be that bad. And yeah, like the first time I bit into it, I'm like, oh, I owe Country an apology. Because yeah, I cried too. I was like, I don't even mean to cry. It's just I can't not cry. Like, yeah.
There's just nothing that can be done. There's just nothing that can be done to stop it.
And then my last stream, where my moderator instantly followed, I think, Country's cheese ball with, "Hey, speak like Elmo." And for anyone who doesn't know, the Elmo voice comes all from the back of your throat, where all of the hot is, and it was painful, and I hated it. And next time I see him, he's getting punched.
Good. That's an excellent reaction.
So more questions from the community for you, Turk. Has any patient recognized you as a streamer?
No, thank God. They're all old. They have no idea what Twitch is. And I just Turk wouldn't even know what to do if like a patient recognized Turk. That would just be unfortunate.
Have you been recognized as a streamer?
No, not by public or anything like that.
Okay.
Turk can get away with that.
Nice. I mean, yeah, especially like sometimes it's good to keep like your streaming and your personal life separate and everything.
Yeah, you have to be careful. So a lot of jobs and things like that would mind if you do that kind of thing, because I feel that even like when you're not on work or don't even mention work, that you still represent the company. So Turk tries to keep that, separated. Now Turk just like got fantastically huge, that would probably change. But right now it's a nice little side way, like a side alley, just going through life, having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. So a question from Practical Porsche: does Mrs. Turk stream?
No. She'll occasionally take over Turk's channel, but she is incredibly busy herself doing, she has like a little side business on Etsy that, is linked to Turk. Turk likes to customize and make his own stuff for like t-shirts and things like that.
Nice.
But Turk is trying to get her to do a little streaming. I think that she would have some fun. But there's definitely a lot of nervousness around it. For those of you that have been streaming a while, there's a lot of things you have to look out for, and especially as a female streamer, I think female streamers just get abused way too much, and there should be better ways to stop it. Like with Siri bot and things like that pick up on key terms really helps, I think, like that. But I mean, she doesn't want to get on there and have somebody just be inappropriate. And while Turk would obviously ban hammer anybody that did something like that, it's just not something like once it's said, once it's seen, it impacts you. That's bothering. Yeah.
It still definitely affects you and everything. And I wholeheartedly agree. I do feel like female streamers do get a lot more flack than, others.
And it's just not warranted. I think that's the worst part, that people just feel like their decisions are warranted. It sort of just shows that keyboard warriors will probably always remain a thing.
Yeah, and as someone who majored in computer science, however much you might think a lot of stuff online is anonymous, I'm here to tell you, no, it's not. It is very easy to find your information, friends.
What we just heard was that if you're friends with Recon and you're aggressively attacked, Recon will find out where they live. All right, thank you,
He
Recon.
also knows where you live. So
Well, all right, it's over.
I will neither confirm nor deny these allegations. Moving
Country,
on.
Country, is that why you said that we should send monthly payments to Recon now? Is that what that was about?
Part of it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm okay with this. Hello.
Paying for protection.
But yeah. Any more questions from the community? We do have a hydrate, so we have that as well. I don't have any more water, so I'd have to go grab some. But yeah.
Don't worry, I've got Coke.
There you go. Coke works.
We're officially
Recon Mafia was born here, folks. Okay, so Hierophant is asking, what was Turk's worst stream experience, either technical, viewer, or other things, and what did you learn from it?
Man,
me coming in for the first time.
Yeah, that was a hard day.
That's always an experience.
That was a man. Do you even remember the first day? I don't know. Turk doesn't even know if like. Anyway, that's a long time ago. So worst experience. I can't think of anything that was really bad. You know, Turk is like a very, Turk is a very prepared person in general. Not always, but tend to be. So I think one of the most like more nerve-wracking times when people were streaming was back when Country, what was the name of that bot that like used to be the hate train hype? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't think it was a bot though. I think it was just a person.
Yeah, I can't remember it. So that was like a pretty scary time. Turk saw a lot of hate raid trains, and some people quit streaming from it. It was pretty bad.
So
but Turk
deal with the hate trains when they were like real high up there.
You know, Turk knew how to stop them. Like follow botting can get stopped by banning like the first early few bots. You know, hate raid trains can get stopped by having keywords picked up, or you know, Siri bot, which has recognized bot accounts or things like that can stop them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and things like that. So yeah, it's happened before to Turk, but I mean, I think Country's seen Siri bot in action on his own stream. Turk has seen it on Turk's stream and in Country stream. I mean, it'll just destroy them. But I think that's just a nerve-wracking time when you have to worry about what people are going to say in your chat. And I will say this hasn't happened to Turk, knock on wood. But I've been a part of streams where people will bring in community members into their voice chats. And Turk just wants to say this here because I know that there's quite a few new streamers here. You should never ever bring anybody that you don't know into your voice chat on their first time in your stream. You don't win that. If somebody says discriminatory word, racial, sexist, or anything like that, you as the streamer are responsible for that. So what they do is they join your stream saying appropriate things. You ban them, you kick them out, but they clip it, they report you on Twitch, and you get banned.
Absolutely.
Turk has seen that several times. People get 2-week bans on things like that. So I've been a part of streams where that's happened, where Turk is trying to do damage control, and we've avoided issues. But man, those are just the scarier times. But I don't think Turk has had anything that would just like have steered me clear from streaming that bad. But I mean, there's always technical difficulties. If you don't have a technical difficulty, you're not a real streamer.
Not that we had quite a few when this was starting, like, 30, 40 minutes ago? Yeah, no, we didn't have any technical issues. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you for the nice here.
Absolutely. And thank you for the subscribe. Absolutely wonderful. But yeah, no, absolutely 100% agree. Because, like, I will say some of my closest friends that I have made in streaming, gonna shout out Snacks Attack here. The first stream of hers that I went in when she first started playing like Dead by Daylight really hardcore. And I was just like, hey, yeah, I play that game. Would you have room for somebody? And she was like, yeah, sure. I have this Discord if you want to join in. We can chat in group and everything. And I was like, sure, like, why not? And obviously, like, I've played games with quite a few different people. Although I will 100% recommend, do not play Dead by Daylight with Goose. He will throw you under the bus to save himself.
The Country, I didn't realize that your name was Goose now.
I don't know what you're
Near
talking
you,
about.
might as well be you.
I don't throw people under the bus. I don't know what you're talking about. Empress knows. I have played with both Chaotic and Goose, and the amount of times that Goose would lead them straight to Chaotic was like, I felt so bad for Chaotic, but at the same time I was dying of laughter. It was great. And then
Turk loves to run the killer, so it's fine.
And then he plays innocent. That's where he gets you. He plays innocent.
Oh, sorry. Country doesn't even play innocent. Country just screams, "Save me!"
Goose will be like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were there. My bad," and then runs away.
That's worse. That's evil. Country's just instinctual to survive.
But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and like obviously, if they're being to build upon what Turk was saying, if they're being toxic in your chat, never bring them into your thing like that. If they're gonna be toxic, like starting out, that's an instant ban, at least for me. Just because,
sure.
like, if they're gonna come into your stream and be toxic right away, that is them showcasing exactly how they're going to be for the rest of the time.
Yeah, even if they're not toxic, if their first time you've ever seen them, not in your voice chat, just not.
Yeah,
if they
not
don't, you should have them, join a Discord with you, interact with them, engage with them. Now, if there's somebody from like somebody else's community, that's a little different. Like the first time the Country wanted to join a voice chat, Country just got rights to be able to join, one of Turk's voice chats. And it took him a year of just solid work. I was just continually suspicious of him. Mm-hmm. Country, that was a good day for you, right? I remember you were very excited.
You always forget to pull me in. I'll just be sitting there for 3 days, and you're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're done."
But I think you gotta be careful. Country's seen it too. Country, you've seen people bringing people in their first time into their voice chat, and it's just not good.
Yep, they join, say a slur, and then leave.
Right. Yeah. It's just bad, and you got to be. They might not ever come back, right? There might be some good people out there that just want to play with you, and then they're bothered by the fact that you don't bring them to voice chat. But to be honest, you probably don't need them to be a part of your community as you're a smaller streamer. I think it's a little different when you're bigger, but when you're a smaller streamer, you've got to be careful of those that you really are trying to retain, engage, and network with.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Question for all of us: what is the worst first-time chatter message we've ever had on stream? Kirk, since you are the guest, you get to go first.
Man, I think Country was here for this one. I don't know if Country saw it. I think Twitch moderation picked it up, but Turk has gotten all kinds of racial words. Gosh, just plenty of bad things. First-time chatters will do. You just ban them. You ban them really fast. But yeah, all kinds of sexist, racist type things. Just I don't know what they're thinking. Like they know what's going to happen. They don't even get a rise out of it because they just get instant banned. I also want to say, as a streamer, don't give it attention. Like once they're banned, like if you want to laugh, have a little laugh about with your mods about them getting banned, that's fine. But don't give them attention. If somebody, if you get somebody that people can pay for bots and then they spam a message 150 times, don't give it attention. Just clear your chat. It's that easy to do. There's all kinds of tools out there. Turk, makes these tools sort of clear. Turk has like a section that of Discord that's sort of devoted to helping with tools like this. There's clear chat. You can do emote only. There's plenty of ways to control your chat that doesn't give them attention. You don't need it to upset you. It's not the end of the world. You can fix it. And you should continue to stream because you will be better prepared if it happens again. So just remain strong for yourselves.
Absolutely agree. Country, would you like to go next?
Yeah, I don't really think I have a bad one. There's nothing anyone that can say to me that I wouldn't say about myself. So they insult my forehead, but I do that.
Is that an insult? I thought that was just like we were just all astonished.
Yeah, it's pretty big, but
can 100% understand that. Self-deprecating humor is my main type of humor. And so, yeah, it's like you really can't say anything about me that I probably haven't already said about myself exactly. And sorry, Turk.
Oh, I was just going to add in. And so Country and I both take getting made fun of pretty well. But, I think Country and I both have to agree that it's important as a streamer that you don't let it get too out of hand. You know, it gets
Yes.
weird for some people. You know, people are like, wow, they're being pretty mean. And for us, it's like, yeah, we're like that all the time. But it can be weird for a new chatter. So, you know, every once in a while, you know, we'll, you know, just, you know, communicate with our mods, our VIPs, or whoever it is, our routine chatters that are getting in there and just change the subject. They know that if it's getting a little weird, you know, just have your team that's behind your back be ready to help change it, so that way you can get back to it and foster those new individuals.
Exactly. 100%.
But yes, oh, go
Sorry.
ahead.
To
No, go ahead.
answer it for me, Hierophant, and this is going to Country's first experience with me. Because Country's first experience with me, I think if I remember correctly, I was playing Dead by Daylight, right? Am I correct in that, Country? I think you came in for one of my Dead by Daylight streams.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
And I remember, I don't know if it was that one or if it was the one like a few days after that or whatever, but I was playing Killer and I played Doctor, and there was this group of people who were just like, I was trying to be friendly. I was just trying to do the 2 hooks and then, hey, you guys get the generators, you get out. Whatever, I've gotten my points. And they just kind of, they stopped doing any generators and they were just messing with me. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going to try now and you're all going to die. And I killed all of them. I got a 4K wipe. It was great. But they instantly came into my chat and started just being like, you know, the typical "you mad, bro," like all that other stuff, and like trying to get a rise out of me. I'm like, I don't have time for this. Like, y'all pissed me off enough in the game. I'm not gonna let you piss me off in real life. So instant ban hammer on all 4 of them that jumped into my chat, and I was just like, cool, awesome, let's go on with our lives.
You know, it's sort of funny that you say that, Recon, because Country also has that happen quite a bit when he used to play DBD more. I never saw somebody that came in evilly. They would say pretty rough things to Country, and he never ever let it get him. In fact, multiples of them just end up following. I don't know how.
Me a hacker. I'm pumped.
Like,
it's the nicest thing anyone can say to me. They're like, "You're hacking. There's no way you're better than us." It's
you
like,
know,
yeah, I guess I'm just that good.
Right, Recon, I'm with you. I'm like, nah, get out of here.
Yeah, like, I mean,
like,
if they had come in and said like I was hacking, maybe I probably would have gone the Country route. But like, they were instantly just like, oh man, why were you getting so heated? Why were you like starting to camp and stuff? And I'm like, dudes, I just came in here to have fun, get my points, and get out. You guys were the ones who flipped the competitive switch and were like, oh yeah, like, you know, the people that like, what is it? They teabag in front of you and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool, awesome. You've chosen death. So that's at least me. Like, I can understand where Country's coming from with like, oh yeah, you know, whatever. Like, call me a hacker. That's a compliment. Like, and I get that. And I've also thought that sometimes when I've watched Country play like his nurse and stuff, because I'm like, there's no freaking way you teleport and instantly find someone. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, Country plays ridiculously well as a nurse. I will 100% back that up with you know, the views that I've seen of him. What is the shaking of the head for, Turk?
He's terrible. He's so bad as Killer.
Oh my god. 1v1, let's go.
Listen, I'm not saying he's great as Killer, just nurse. There are many other killers.
That's like the only killer that Turk can escape from him on, is when he's nurse. The rest of them are so hard. Oh man, no. That actually brings up a good point, Recon. So Turk doesn't do this. I know Country does. Turk refuses to put TTV in Turk's like game handles. For this reason, I think you're just asking for trouble. Country doesn't handle trouble, so I don't think he particularly cares. Like, there's absolutely nothing anybody could say to Turk or to Country that would get under his skin. Now if they come at his community, he'll take care of them. But he'll
take care of them. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll take care of them. You know, it's not. He usually doesn't ban them, but somehow it works out. But
they never come back.
There might be some supplies for getting rid of certain individuals in that closet over to his side. We may never know.
So I do want to say that if you're gonna have TTV in your name, again, you're setting yourself up for being targeted. Be prepared.
Yes, absolutely, it is, Walker. Yeah. So definitely, because like I know. Going back to Snacks, she had problems with that where like they would see TTV and they would come in, they would, you know, stream snipe and stuff. And yeah, it definitely like it gets annoying. It gets really hard. So like if you can't or just don't want to deal with that, 100% agree with Turk. Do not put TTV in your thing. People don't need to know you're a streamer. Like you will.
I think it's preference. I think people can do it. I just think you just got to be prepared.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, be prepared if you put TTV in your thing. You're going to get some of those haters. You're going to get like, there's no way you won't, because the internet is a place. It is a very strange and wonderful place, but every strange and wonderful place has a dark side, and the internet has a lot of dark sides.
Yeah, I mean, people are a lot more confident. Yeah.
My first game that I put my Twitch was League of Legends. So if
that you absolute crazy person,
I'm safe forever.
You absolute crazy person.
Country, that's a very welcoming community. I don't understand. That was a safe place.
Oh yes, totally not toxic people there.
Chat up, so you'd be okay. You let baby. I was like, it's okay, Turk. They don't mean it.
Oh yes, you've died like 15 times to the jungle, but that's 100% my fault. Yes. What?
I really know if Country like pays attention to the in-game chat when he plays League. Yeah, he doesn't stream it anymore, but he used to a little bit.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
Only if the other team does all chat first, and then I'm gonna try harder, and then I'm gonna talk back.
But so you were too chill for their toxic YouTube video. That does not surprise me in the slightest, chaotic. Again, sorry you had to deal with that, because like, yeah, like going back to the whole, like especially female streamers definitely get it worse than, a lot of other people. But yeah, if you keep a cool and level head and you're okay with like getting those people, yeah, go for it. Have the TTV in your name. Like you can definitely make some great friends from that. Lord knows I have, but like, you've got to also be ready for those people, because they will come. There's no way they won't.
Right. And also Chaotic is like, her stream, for one, she's just one of the sweetest people Turk knows.
Absolutely.
She's fantastic. And South Springs as well. They're just great people. Yeah, absolutely. And Chaotic does know how to handle Turkish scene. Some people will be less than favorable in Chaotic stream, and Chaotic just doesn't. You don't get a rise out of Chaotic, so it's another one that she can turn it around. She's amazing at that.
And she can do it with a fun and friendly tone that you can tell she's smiling behind it. So like, yeah, she's the coolest very good at shutting people. Yes,
coolest fish tank back there.
Absolutely love the fish tank. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I just saw Recon Bloody Demon's comment. I was just going to come out because I see that Bloody Demon is a recent affiliate. Is that right? Did I see that earlier, Recon?
I believe Bloody Demon recently hit affiliate. Yes.
Yeah, so congrats to Bloody Demon on that. I just want to say that it's great to have two different spellings of your gamer tag versus your stream name. However, that will cause you problems when you want to play with community people. So just make sure that if you're going to do that, have a command like a Nightbot or something like that that clearly shows the spelling of your gamer tag if you're going to play with other people.
Absolutely fair. Yes, 100% agree with this. But yeah, any other questions, comments for Turk? Last chance.
Your last chance, people. Ask all your Turktopia questions.
Absolutely. Like, dig deep for these ones. Like, ask the real weird conversation starters. It's all good. Okay.
It's all good.
All right. I guess you're off the hook then, Turk. Thank you for showing up.
Turk
Thank you
safe.
for being here. Thanks for wearing the pink wig. One of my favorite wigs still.
Yeah, this is like a pretty standard one, so we decided to throw it on real quick. It helps with the cover up the reflection from the lights,
Fair. Okay, we got one more. What's your poison of choice?
Let me tell you what it's not. It's not pickle spicy whiskey.
What?
I think I saw Stryke earlier go, that's disgusting. It's an insult, and Stryke would be right. That's why we don't drink it for pleasure. But Turk prefers like a solid whiskey. Or even a brandy would be fine. Turk could do all kinds of liquors, but those are the main ones that Turk means. It offends me professionally. It does strike. It also offends Turk professionally. But sometimes we have to do things we don't like. You understand, Strike. It is a thing. Turk was going to show it, but maybe not. Just show this beautiful like front end of this bottle. It's disgusting.
And
let's see. I'm up for 5 minutes, and I hear that blasphemy. No, Gal, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Don't
upset
here.
Gal. That's a tricky road to go down.
Oh man, but yeah, so it's definitely like good whiskey. Turk lives in an area that has so much local whiskey and distilleries that Turk often gets privy to like a lot of like fairly priced like local brands, which is sort of cool. So it's a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah, Lord knows I have so many liquor places near me. It's great. I don't drink often, but I have the options if I do.
It just makes cheese balls so much better. Like if you eat a cheese ball, Recon, and then just have like a little bit of a sip of a liquor, it makes it better.
Does it? Does it really?
Country will agree.
I'll have to give you more then if you love them so much.
No, that's not necessary. I meant for you. You Turk already experiences this pleasure. Please.
How much Red Bull do you consume before every stream? And I think we'll end the questions there.
That's fine. Turk actually doesn't drink energy drinks. Never had a Red Bull before. That's sort of easy. Turk will have like a soda every once in a while, but Turk is also not like a huge. I mean, Turk might have like 2 sodas a week, if that. Turk mostly drinks water with like little Mios. I think Country knows what Mios are. You just squirt a little Mios in there. Usually just whatever we start with. Turk usually has a little glass of whiskey that we sip on, and we go from there.
There you go.
Gal's right. It's terrible. It's terrible for your heart. You can you can do some real damage if you drink too much of it. Yep.
So kind of outing myself here. I used to work at a gas station, and there was this one energy drink that they brought into existence that it literally told you never to drink more than one of them, because if you did, you would have a heart attack. Like guaranteed, it would give you a heart attack, or at the very least, like heart palpitations and stuff. And yeah, so I was like, why would you ever consume this? Like, ever? Mm-hmm.
Younger people have great metabolisms. It doesn't really impact them. Young people can drink energy drinks and go to bed.
I don't
but
think
the
that was
caffeine levels are so high that it will keep your heart rate up, which can be problematic for like older people like Country's age.
Oof.
Country, when's the last time you had a Red Bull?
Just Red Bull. I don't think I ever have.
Oh, never? Yeah, no, sorry. What about any energy drink? Have you had an energy drink?
I mean, well, like, if I'm tired at a bar, I'll get like a vodka Red Bull, but that's...
Yeah.
I was about to say, when was the last time you had, what was it, a cherry bomb?
So I don't put Red Bulls in those, usually.
Really?
I use Mountain Dew as a mixer instead.
Yeah, Mountain Dew is a good mixer. It goes with everything, yeah. Country,
don't worry, Strike, we'll get to you.
Turk said never tried an energy drink, but Turk just remembered something back when Turk was young. Do you guys remember Four Locos?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I actually. So, fun little story time on me. So when my brother was, it was literally like 2 days before he turned 21, and he was like, technically I should wait, but I would like to experience like alcohol and stuff. And I was like, I got you. So I drove, and I'm like, so what is it you're wanting to experience? And he was like, well, I've heard good things about Four Loko. And I'm like, I don't know if I'd recommend that, but sure, let's try it. So I went, and I got him and 2 of his friends who were 21. I got the 3 of them a Four Loko each to try, and they shared, and they said that was the worst experience we've ever had. Ever.
It's so hard on you.
Yeah, Four Lokos suck.
I mean, like, oh man,
there's
I've seen
about them.
So now they're safer than they were back then, probably. They were really dangerous back in the day. Turk remembers when Turk was in training. Man, the amount of people that would they'd be like, oh yeah, part of this was the chug one.
Oh no, never do that.
I mean, that's like it's.
I wouldn't even do that with the ones now, and like you were saying, the ones now are a lot safer and they're much more highly regulated. But like, I still wouldn't do it.
Oh man, oh it's a crazy experience. I mean, you're talking like you get IV hydration stat, and they just try to like dissolve they try to flush it out of you pretty quickly, but it's pretty crazy. But so Turk has tried an energy drink before in the form of Four Loko, which I think it's an energy drink, right?
Yeah, it's an alcoholic energy drink. Yes.
Yeah. So
don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Service announcements for the day.
A blue mofo. Oh, I'm. That sounds like a fun time, I guess. my first drink experience was I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called the Four Horsemen. And it's pretty much you do different levels of either scotch or whiskey. I can't remember which, and it gets progressively worse. So the first one, it's like, oh man, this is bad, but like it's manageable. Then you go to the second one, it's like, oh my gosh. And then you get to the fourth one, you're like, I want to die. Please kill me.
All right, Recon, it's Turk time's up.
Yes, absolutely. Turk, have fun. Thank you for being on. We definitely appreciate you. Everyone, round of applause for Turk.
For Turktopia. Goodbye.
Turktopia. All right. And who is our next guest?
So, we didn't have any affiliates that posted, but the next person coming on is going to be CodetheToad, and he actually just had his first affiliate stream. I believe it was earlier this week, so that's a plus affiliate.
Fun. Nice. Welcome in, Toad. How is it going?
How are you guys?
Doing great. You do not have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. Just going to put that knowledge out there now.
No, I want to, though. I want to.
Okay, go for it.
I can't find it.
Absolutely.
Difficulties.
Hey, we were just talking about those.
Hold on, I'm going to jump out and back in.
Absolutely fair. So, country, while we're waiting, anything going on in your life and your streaming career right now? Anything we should let people know about? Maybe like a certain channel thing you're doing or anything?
There we go.
All right. Well, you get off the hook for now.
Saving my life.
There we go.
You get off the hook for now. We'll return to this though. So hey everybody.
What did you ask him?
I was like, I was like, hey, you got any like channel point redeems that we're working towards or anything like that? Anything the community should know about,
Oh man.
We'll get back to it. But anyways, welcome in to CodetheToad. Congratulations on hitting affiliate. How has that been for you?
It's really great. Thank you. It's a little bit surreal still, I guess, because like I thought it was going to take forever for me to get there. You know what I mean? And like just the Discord has been so helpful, and everybody's really supportive, and it's good. Well, that's why I joined the recruitment squad. Because
absolutely.
I want to like spread the word, and get more people in here so they know what we're doing. There
you go. I turned him up a little bit just for you guys.
It's a great thing, it really is.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Yeah. And again, welcome to the recruitment team and everything. I was definitely very excited when they said they got you on there, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. More people. It's great. So yeah, this is CodetheToad. And we've already talked about who he is and what's his role in the community. But so, tell us more about like specifically your stream and everything. Like what do you do to kind of like separate yourself from the, vast majority, and what brought you to streaming, Toad?
So you want me to start at the beginning? It's like a few years ago. Like I'd planned to like do YouTube, and like I had this whole plan. I was going to do YouTube and I was going to stream, and I was like, I got to get like some kind of side hustle going, because I'm a welder, right? So like, I don't want to be welding until I'm like 60, like I like welding, but I don't want to be doing it until I'm so old my bones hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
So for me, it's like, I have 2 kids, I have a wife, I have a mortgage payment. I was just talking to Country about this earlier, mortgages.
Mortgages are fun. Mortgages are fun.
Yeah, no, they're not. But they must be paid. anyway, so like I had always had it in the back of my mind that I, you know, because I'm a pretty outgoing person and I have like a, I don't know. I think I'm pretty charismatic. Like I can talk to anybody. It doesn't matter. Like that's why I joined the recruitment squad because it doesn't matter who you are. I'll talk to anybody, dude. It doesn't matter. But
Fair.
I've always kind of wanted to do something to put myself out there. You know what I mean? And I like YouTube, and I ended up not really going that way. It went the other way with Twitch, which is fine. You know, like your path is your whatever you make of it, I guess. But I had plans of streaming a couple years ago, and COVID kind of put like that in the coffin for a little while because like we all got sick, and then my mom passed away, and I had to deal with that. And I kind of realized like after she passed away, I was like, you know what? She really saw me as like more than what I see myself as. You know what I mean? Because I mean, she's my mom, dude. But so they all do, obviously. If your parents are good, they always see you as more than what you see yourself as. But you're like the best parts of them. But I just realized that if I was gonna do this, I wanted to do it the right way.
Right.
For me, not for anybody else, for me, right? So like I waited like a year and I worked overtime and I just busted my hump, dude, for like months. And I bought like I bought a new microphone. I got my office looking the way I wanted it to. Like I got all this, like all my collectibles and stuff. I got 2 monitors. I got my PS5. I got the Series X, so that I can literally stream any game. Like if somebody, like if we do a poll or the chat wants me to do whatever, I can do whatever. I have a PC. I got the Switch. I got it all covered. That way I can literally be as flexible as possible with my streams, but at the same time, I do have my niche. I play horror mainly. I'm really into Monster Hunter, but I haven't been playing Monster Hunter at all lately because
Fair.
horror people like watching you get the crap scared out of you, bro. Like they do. They just do, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's great. I really like all the people I've met. Country, Turk. I mean, there's some of them. Hierophant. Very Corpse. He was actually the one that introduced me to the Discord when I was playing Visage, and I had like maybe like 2 to 3 people watching me per stream. Corpse came in one of my streams and he was like, "Hey man, you should join this Discord. You would get along great with all these guys." And I was like, I don't know, man. It sounds kind of weird, but okay. He's like, "No, I do. They all support each other. It's great." And I was a little hesitant, you know, and I did end up joining, and I didn't really. It was weird because I didn't do anything in the Discord for like a week. I like just joined and I forgot about it because I had to go to work. You know, I work a full-time job and stuff. And eventually, like he got back to talking to me about it, and he was like, "Dude, you need to like talk to those guys. You need to like get on it." And I did, and then it just kind of exploded and blossomed into this whole thing. And now I'm affiliate, and I'm recruiting people. It's crazy. It's it's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Glad to hear it. Thank you so much, Very Course, for bringing code to us. Cause yeah, no, I've definitely enjoyed like the few instances I've interacted with you and everything. And you've definitely been very fun to talk to within the community and everything. And yeah, no, 100% like that's kind of how I was when I joined too. I was like, for that first week, I'm just like, I don't know what this place is.
That's yeah. I'm still kind of like figuring everything out. Like I'll message Country like at least once a day, and I'm like, "Bro, how does this work? Can you like DM me? How does this work?"
Yeah, fair. I don't think Country was the one I did that with. I think mine was more like Goose or someone else. But yeah, most definitely 100% understand that.
And everybody's been like super helpful. It doesn't matter who you're talking to. If it's one of the elite members, one of the council members, it really doesn't matter who you're talking to. Everybody's just super supportive and always there to lend a hand when you need it. And that's like the biggest thing, honestly. It's I don't know. I've never really been a part of like a big Discord group or even a smaller one that was like that. And this for me is like a first time experience. And it's just my wife, she's gotten mad at me a few times, you know, because she's like, "What are you doing on your phone?" I'm like, "I'm watching people streaming." And she's like, "What do you mean you're watching people streaming?" I'm like, "I have to support the clan. What are you talking about? I gotta vibe with the tribe, you know, like don't do this. Like, why are you getting mad at me?"
Absolutely.
She didn't get it at first, you know, and she's like, "Why do you have to watch them? Aren't they supposed to be watching you?" And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. I mean, yes, but no. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
I had to explain like everything to her for her to like wrap her head around it, which I mean that was pretty much me too, but you know, when I first joined. But yeah,
absolutely.
it's great, you know.
Absolutely fair, Hierophant. Yeah, no, like affiliate stuff took me forever and a half to figure all that stuff out, especially because, oh geez, yeah. Twitch, we love you, but you're not the greatest at making things easy for people. Just putting that out there.
I agree.
So yeah, obviously we've talked about who you are as a streamer, what your role in the community is, things, and what brought you to streaming. What's been the best, worst parts of your journey as a streamer so far?
The best and the worst? I wouldn't really say I've had any like terrible experiences so far. I mean, before I joined the Discord, I mean, I didn't have a lot of viewers per stream, and sometimes I'd be streaming for like 10 to 12 hours, you know, like on my days off because I'm crazy. So honestly, as far as my journey to becoming and like doing it, it was definitely when like COVID happened, because it took like my drive to do it and just basically destroyed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I literally had to take a step back and reflect and like look at myself and be honest with myself about it. Like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to get out of this? Like, you kind of have to remove yourself from the equation before. And this was before I even started streaming. Like last year I streamed. I did stream Resident Evil Village when it came out. Like, that was the only game I streamed. After I finished that, I did like a couple streams where I did like Smash Bros. And then I just stopped. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to do this right now. I just can't do this right now. And then I just waited, and then so like, yeah, my mom passing away and everything, that was pretty rough. I've been through a lot of stuff though, man. You know, like my dad died when I was like 22, and I drank for a lot of years. I've been sober for like 6 years though, so
Congratulations.
You know. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I live that dad life, you know. I don't have time to be drunk. I don't have, and I would rather not be anyway. Honestly, in hindsight, because it's just, and that's, you know, not a knock against anybody that does drink or you know, you do you, man, you know, like more power to you. But just for me, I was always the guy who couldn't just have one drink, you know what I mean? I was always like, I'm trying to numb and kill the things inside of me that I hate. So yeah, it was more about forgetting reality, honestly. So that's
absolutely fair and understandable. Yeah. I definitely again, congratulations on 6 years, because that's a wonderful feat. And yeah, like, you know,
thank you.
choosing to, you know yourself well enough for that and everything, and like choose to be there for your kids instead of like everything. Like, wonderful to hear. Like, absolutely, like, kudos to you, good sir.
Yeah,
like,
it's a good thank you. I appreciate it. It's a good way to be, honestly. Sobriety is not like, I don't know, a lot of people that, you know, like I drank in my 20s, like I did a lot, like I, you know, experimented with drugs, and, you know, like, you know, nobody wants to live in that, you know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to live there, because that's not, it's not going to end well for you. It's just not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not healthy.
Not at all.
But also, so the most positive thing I would say, I mean, you can say I'm corny, I guess, but it was meeting all of you guys.
Hey, you know, nothing against that. No, we're a hugely corny group, so I mean, look at country. Gosh.
That's one thing also, I will tell you, if you are not a parent, if you're not a parent and you don't like bad puns, like really like dad jokes, like really crappy jokes, once you become a dad, you will like them. You will start to appreciate them, and it's weird.
Joke's on you. I've loved them since the beginning.
Oh, dude, my dad, when my dad was alive, when I was younger, he would always just tell me all these terrible jokes, and I was like, oh my God, you're cringy. It's terrible. Stop, you know? And now it's like, I'd be right there slapping my knee right next to him, you know, like if he was still around. But,
right. 100%.
Yeah, it's crazy. 100%. It's weird. Yeah.
All right. So in that regard, what is the best or worst dad joke you've ever heard?
The worst dad joke?
Or the best? Your choice.
Or the best. That's a good question. I can't really think of any that stand out off the top of my head. You'll have to get back to me on that, because I can't really think of any right now.
Most definitely.
I don't really tell corny jokes. I appreciate them though. You know what I mean? Like I don't partake in the telling of the the terrible jokes. I like them. Like when people have them and they're bad, it's good. It's okay. I used to hate it, but yeah.
So you might not be punny yourself, but you still enjoy the humor.
Right.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Absolutely fair.
No,
Quick
I'm
hit
funny.
the Discord.
See, that's the difference though. I'm funny, but I don't do puns. Like I guess like maybe one here and there. But they're, it's, I don't know. I don't look at it as funny because I don't laugh at my own jokes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely fair and understandable. If I'm going to put anyone on the spot, Hierophant, for puns, it is 100% the International Otaku, because he hits gold every once in a while, but he tries really hard with a lot of his puns. And I'm so sorry if you're listening, Otaku. I do love you, but you miss a lot more than you hit, buddy. Much love, though. So going back to you, Toad. So what started the wonderful display that we see behind you? Like, what was the first, like, either the first model that you started with, or like what just like started this huge collection that, by the way, absolutely love. But like, what got you into it?
So, I used to just collect the Dragon Ball, like the smaller Dragon Ball figures, and it just kind of turned into. It just kind of cascaded and like it like snowballed into this thing that like I couldn't contain within like a shelf in my living room. And then my wife, like, once we bought our house, she's like, I'm putting all your stuff in that room down there. And I'm like, oh no, she's gonna make me go down and be like live in the dungeon by myself. But then I was like, you know what? No, this is my space. This is the man cave. That's fine. That's fine. And it's weird because like, my wife always gets mad at me. She's like, you buy things that you want. You never buy things that you need. And I'm like, well, I have extra money and you don't. So shut up.
I'm sure she loves that.
I'm giving her money too. So, but she can't say anything. Anyway, I collect games. I have like, Xbox, PS2 games, GameCube. Like I mainly like pick up, cause I have like all the old retro consoles too, which I realized shortly after getting, because I'm 31, like I grew up on like original Nintendo and Sega Genesis and like everything since then. I played every console since then. Like I'm a nerd, dude. I've always been a gamer. But what's crazy though is like I realized really quickly that none of those old consoles can hook up to an HDMI, right? So I bought the Retron 5 and it like emulates like 5 different consoles, which is cool. So I can play some like retro games now. I like retro games too, so I'm thinking about implementing that into my channel as well. I'm gonna do like a
retro day or something.
I usually work Thursdays, which sucks because like a lot of the time when I get off work, I'll be too tired to stream. But like if I can, I work Monday through Thursday, sometimes Friday. So like right now we're doing overtime, so I'm working Friday. I worked yesterday, but I still streamed last night because I normally do stream on Fridays because I'm off. But I think. I'm gonna do like I want to do like the only way it's gonna work, it's got to be like Rewind Wednesday or like Throwback Thursday, because those are just too catchy. Those are just too catchy to not use. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely agree.
I'm Code the Toad, bro. I'm a sucker for catchy names. It's gotta have a ring to it. You know what I mean? But like all this stuff, dude, it's funny because like I like it and I like looking at it and I like just having it, but like it doesn't really. It's kind of funny because I've spent a lot of money on it. Like I probably have like. You count my consoles and my PC and my monitors and dude, I probably have like $15,000 to $20,000 in this office. And this room is like it's like an 8x12 box. Like it's tiny. It's not big. It's not big. But at the same time, like if I lost all this stuff tomorrow, I wouldn't really care. Like it's all just material things, I still have a replaceable. Like the real prize in my house is the people that are upstairs. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So.
Nice, yeah. So, going into kind of the same boat, but I guess a little different. Do you have a favorite? And totally not calling you out for the shirt and the hat or anything. Do you have a favorite, like gaming console or like company? I guess
my favorite console, like of all time,
or just like gaming company, because like I definitely see a lot of Nintendo merch on you right now.
I'm wearing my Nintendo stuff. That's fine though. So I would say the big three. My favorite like old school console probably is like the Dreamcast because it was so underrated, and then it
yes.
just got completely annihilated by the PS2, which is terrible.
Agreed.
Crazy Taxi, Soul Reaver, Ready to Rumble Boxing, Power Stone. Oh my God, there's so many good games. Sega Bass Fishing. I used to play that on I had like a demo disc, and I used to play that when I was a kid, and it's such a stupid game, and I would sit there for hours and just try to catch bass on that game. It was so stupid. But no, of the big three, I would say Sony is starting to lose some traction with me, honestly, because they're just so many anti-consumer moves that they've been making lately. Xbox, I'm always kind of sitting on the fence with. I love Xbox, but at the same time, it's like your friend that you just want to slap in the face, you know, because like they're great, but they have no good games. Like they have no great like where's all your great exclusives? Sony's got all this stuff, but they're also like they hate their customers. And then Nintendo, as far as like how they run their operating system on their game on their console, they're like stuck in like 2006. You know, they don't even have voice chat properly. Like it's crazy. I love Nintendo, but like they all have great things, but they all suck at something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's kind of stupid, really. So I couldn't really pick one out of the big three right now. Honestly, I like Nintendo a lot. My favorite game of all time is probably Xenoblade 2.
That's a great game.
I like Xenoblade, dude. I like the first one. The second one, I don't know, it was the characters, the story. It resonated with me more. I streamed the third one like shortly before I joined your guys' Discord, before I met you guys. Yeah, dude, the second one was so good. Like the first one is too. Don't get me wrong; they're all good games. I mean, the people that work on Xenoblade, the guys that like founded Monolith Studios, they used to work for Square. That's why it used to be called SquareSoft, because they broke off and then became Monolith Soft, and then Square turned into Square Enix. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Not a lot of people know that. Like Xenogears on the PS1 was originally pitched as Final Fantasy VII, and it got denied because they said it was too convoluted and it just didn't make too much. It just didn't make enough sense. And then they made Final Fantasy VII what it is, and it's still convoluted, and a lot of it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So I don't think they went far from the source material there, but you know.
Yeah. What's up, Turk? Turk's watching now.
Toad's Butamus voice. What is that?
Oh, he loves my voice.
Okay, so we're just talking about a Recon rant about your voice. I mean, I've definitely spoken with Code a few times, and I've gotten to hear Code obviously quite a bit here in this. So I mean, it's definitely a very nice voice. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's very calm, but also very like, you know, easy on the ears to listen to and everything. And it most definitely like Toad needs to do. Yes, absolutely. Toad would absolutely knock the ballpark on audiobooks.
Audiobooks. I had somebody tell me that I could be a podcast, like just a podcast guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Just do the Joe Rogan thing. And it's funny because I was playing last night. I was streaming Alan Wake Remastered because I've never played that game. And you know, like sometimes when I'm streaming, I'll literally forget I'm playing a game and I'll just stop and I'll just talk to the chat for like 20 minutes. And I mean, other people probably do that too, but like I literally could just I could just sit there and stream and just talk about video games for like hours, dude. It's weird.
Absolutely. Just have like an entire just chatting just about like, you know, whatever. Yeah, no, absolutely 100% agree with that. And honestly, those are some of the funnest streams when like you just find something to talk about with people and you can just go on like this huge like tirade of rants about like different things. It's wonderful. I love it.
It is. Yeah. Well, and then you get to meet new people because they, you know, like people will jump in and then they'll see, you know, like you're not just playing a video game and they're just not like just listening to like the background of the game playing with you talking briefly every now and then. They get to actually get to know who you are, you know, your likes, your dislikes, the things that, you know, drive you crazy, you know.
There are a lot of things that drive me crazy. We're not going to go into that list.
Me too.
Come for the game, stay for the chat. Yes.
Oh, you absolutely. Come for the game. You come for the game. You stay for the toad.
There you go. All right. So we're going to open up the floor now. Do you guys have any questions for Toad, or even if Country has some questions for Toad? Because I see him smiling over there. He's got something he's dying to ask.
So Code, what is your favorite horror game?
My favorite horror game?
Yes.
Oh. Are we basing this off of like how scary, like how much I
both.
I got
Do both.
scared, or like
Yeah.
okay, so my favorite horror franchise is Resident Evil because it's like the original and it got me into horror. If it wasn't for Resident Evil, I would never even probably have dipped my toe in the pool, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Resident Evil, and it's not even, it's weird because it's not even like the original games, because when I was a kid, I remember I went over to my buddy's house and he was like, "Oh dude, I got this cool zombie game, we're gonna play it." It was Resident Evil 1, right? And I was like, dude, I watched him play it for like 10 minutes and I was like, no, nope, I'm not playing this. I'm going home, see you later. I'm not playing this. So I was like a chicken, dude. Like when I was younger, I couldn't play horror games. I didn't get into Resident Evil until the 4th one came out. I think I was like 12, or it was like 2004. I was like 13 maybe. But it's definitely got to be Resident Evil, man. The scariest game I have ever played is Visage, though. That other one, From the Darkness, is up there. Madison is up there, and Visage. Those 3 games are on like a level that no other game I've ever played is on. And Visage was the first one that I played of those games, and I did not expect. I think of those 3 games, whichever one you play first is going to scare you the most, because you don't expect, you're not ready for that. Like you're never going to be ready for that.
Fair. Yeah, no, I've definitely been told I need to play Visage. Obviously, later tonight, I'm going to be playing Mortuary's Assistant. That's going to be so fun. But
I have not played that yet. I have not played that.
It's a fun one. I like that one.
But I did get one of these.
Ooh, nice.
So,
the Quest 2.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to hook this up to my PC and everything. I had to buy an extra cable for it. And then you can play like Phasmophobia and stuff. I bought that, so
It definitely, like, if you're not used to it, though, it will definitely, like, kind of disorient you very quickly. I noticed that, but yeah.
Well, I did play Resident Evil 7 in VR, and I've already messed with some of the stuff on. I've already put it on and used it, and yeah, I mean, I guess if you're not used to VR, then yeah, but I've already done quite a bit with VR, so it'll be all right.
Whatever, Goose. Whatever.
I watched Juice. The first time I watched Juice, he was playing The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
On the Oculus, and he just like was just wrapping up the game, just finishing it, and I was like, dude, this is crazy. He like unlocked. He got like a katana, and he's like for like 20 minutes, he was trying to just cleanly cut off one zombie's head, just with one hit, and I was like, I was like, dude, he's gonna get it. Like he just kept hitting him in the forehead and then like the shoulder, and then finally he got it. Just one swipe, got it off. It was worth the effort. It was
absolutely,
dude. It was beautiful.
Okay, so Hierophant asks, if you have to play one game and no others for the rest of your life, what game would that be?
Oh my god.
I don't know if I could do that, honestly.
Honestly, it'd probably be Monster Hunter. It would probably have to be Monster Hunter because of and it's not because Monster Hunter is my favorite franchise, because it isn't. It's not my favorite genre even. It's like some weird mix of RPG and like like an action game, right? But it's at the same time, it's the gameplay loop of it. Like if Monster Hunter had like a never-ending swath of monsters, like coming out every day, you got a new monster, and you got new armor and new weapons and new abilities and skills, like because your weapon pieces and stuff.
Right.
I would just never stop killing the new monsters. Like I would just play it forever. You know what I mean?
Fair.
And it's weird saying that because I've been playing so many horror games lately, and I haven't been playing Monster Hunter. I feel like Capcom is lonely and they miss me. So I need to get back on playing Monster Hunter. I don't know if you guys play, but like 4-player,
I have.
Oh my god, it's so great. It's so fun. It's so good.
I haven't played as much of Rise, but I got real into Monster Hunter World when it came out, and I will say, like, what was the final monster that they released? It was like the
for the DLC.
Yeah, it was like the
Fatalis.
Yeah. Finally beating him was so amazing, because like I think I died to him at least 30, 45 times before I finally figured out how to actually kill him.
It's hard, dude. It's hard. And that's the thing. That's why I like those games so much, is because they're not anybody can just pick it up and play it. You know what I mean? I mean, you can, but like you're gonna get stomped into the dirt, dude. Like you have to. It's a learning curve, and you have to get good at it. You have to. It's almost like it almost has that Dark Souls, like that Souls like innate, like intrinsic thing that's built into it. Like if you don't get better at the game, you're not gonna have a good time, and so you have to practice and play it more to get better. I used the greatsword, and I got like 2,200 hours on the Xbox or something, dude. Like. And I only use the greatsword. So like I used the glaive, I think, for like 200 hours, and then I switched to the greatsword. So I have like 2,000 hours with the greatsword. And then
I'm a glaive main.
The glaive's all right. I just felt like I wasn't doing enough damage, you know? Like the greatsword's great. Because when you do the true charge, dude, you hit with the true charge, those damage numbers are just like astronomically high. Like it's ridiculous. Like you one shot and something in the face and busting a horn off, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yes. I just like riding the monsters. That's my favorite thing to do. And that's what's
great.
That's what the glaive is for. Is like, it's like, oh, okay, you're in the air. Well, let me be in the air too.
Well, and that's what's great about Rise 2 is because of all the wire bug mechanics and stuff they implemented. You're basically like Spider-Man, so anybody can hit aerial attacks and anybody can mount. But yeah, the glaive is tailor-made to mount monsters.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Any other questions, Country? You're up. You got nothing. All right. So anyone in the thing, does anyone else have any other questions for Code the Toad? We'll give you guys just a few minutes.
Yeah, World was a really good game, though. It was.
What got you your name?
My name. Okay, so there's actually a clip on my channel, if you watch my channel, of me explaining the legend of Code the Toad. So it's basically, so
gosh dang it, Toe.
I'm the second of two sons, right? Well, technically my mom had 4 boys, first marriage 2, and then she met my dad, and then my older brother and me, right? So my older brother, my father's name, his name is Philip. My older brother, he got my father's name. My dad named him after him. His name is also Phil. So my mom wanted to name me, and you know, so she named me Cody, which is, I don't even like that name, honestly. I love my mom, but like, nah, dude, weird.
Fair.
Anyways, I'm not a cowboy, man. That's a cowboy name, but I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, I can't play country music though. Anyways, I
mean, that's the name of this stream, is getting sidetracked.
Anyway, so I just think it didn't really sit right with my dad that like my mom got to name me. So he eventually started calling me just Code, and then he started calling me Code the Toad, and then it was just Toad. Like growing up, my brother called me Toad. My mom, my dad, they didn't call me Cody. Like when I was in high school, all my friends, nobody called me Cody. Like when people call me Cody, I'm either at work or my wife's pissed. That's like the only times. I'm either Code or Toad. Like you can call me whichever one you want, but don't call me Cody. It's weird, man. It's awkward, and I don't like it.
Kind of reminds me of mine, where it's like, oh yeah, what do you like being called? I'm like, I really don't care. Just don't call me late for dinner, because if you try to touch my food, that's when things get serious.
I'm sometimes late for dinner, but I always eat it, even if it's cold.
Same.
Because my wife, she's a hell of a cook, you know, and you don't piss off the wife. You don't do that.
No, you do not. What has been your favorite streaming moment so far from Chaotic?
What has been my favorite streaming moment?
Yes.
Probably the other night when I was streaming From the Darkness, which was actually recommended to me by Country. Because I chose that. I had just finished the game I played before that, which was Made of Scare, and I did not like that game. I did not like it. It was okay. It kind of had like some BioShock kind of feels to it a little bit, but it was very, to me, it was very, because I was just coming off of playing Visage and then Madison, which is like equally as terrifying. Made of Scare was not scary. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It just was not scary to me. Suspenseful, sure, maybe a little, but it was not scary.
Fair.
The keys to the what? I might have them. Hold on. Sorry, guys.
No,
Give me
you're
1
good.
second.
Family is important. We understand.
I do have them. Here we go. Yep. Love you. Okay, so
Flaming Toe Jam.
where was I? Yeah, I was playing Made a Scare, didn't like it, right? Came off of that, went into the Express, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna play the game that Country suggested that I play, because he said it was scarier than Visage. Maybe he played that one before Visage, I don't know. But for me, it wasn't as scary because I had already played something that was like as scary. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I did. I mean, I got scared, dude. Like there was jump scares, and there was like 30 people in my chat. It was amazing. It was crazy. It was a good time. And then I hit affiliate like immediately. I was like, oh, dude, so awesome.
Nice. But yeah, awesome. Glad to hear it. So Flaming Toe Jam, because he is the wonderful person that he is, asks, how many toads have you coded? Or, as the goose puts down below, how many codes have you toaded?
I don't code, so I don't know how to code. I don't know anything about coding or anything like that. So that's why it's Code the Toad, because you code the toad. Does that make sense?
There you go. There you go. I hope that answers both of your questions.
If you don't, I'm doing it 24/7, man. It's happening. So.
All right. The challenge put out to both Toe and Goose. There you are. Turk asks, what is your favorite part about Turk?
What is my favorite part about Turk?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing about Turk.
Yep. Be as brutally honest as you would like.
My favorite thing about Turk is that he is not afraid to do things that other people would never ever do in their streams ever. That is probably my favorite. That, and he is unabashedly bald.
He is. He's very bald.
Beautiful. Ooh, Turk even getting the wink. There you go, Turk. See,
I am also bald. So
I'm helping you out, Turk.
Bald is beautiful. It's okay, man.
Absolutely.
We're in this together. It's okay. No, Turk is great. Turk, he's helped me. He's messaged me, sent me DMs, and helped me out about as much as Country has. Honestly, these two guys, they're both amazing. And
well, you don't have to lie about us, but thank you.
No, man, I'm serious. You help me literally every day. And my wife's like, "What are you doing? Who are you talking to?" I'm like, "My girlfriend. Shut up."
Country is a girlfriend confirmed. Oh,
Code is he's dead.
that was it. Code has left the building.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. I'm still here.
There we go. All right. So any last minute questions before we let Code the Toad be on his merry way? That was wife killing stream.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
That was the wife just being like,
people always
no.
tell me when I'm streaming too to like do stuff, like, because I stream at night, like I don't always stream during the day. So like a lot of the time they'll be like, hey, do this. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get punched in the face because my wife's going to come down here.
Aw, Turk, you're too kind. Thanks for being here. You've been doing amazing effort. Love to see it for Toad. Let's go.
Thanks, Turk. I love you, man.
All right. Is that all of the questions? I will give you guys just another minute. Any questions?
Yeah, I don't know why it shut down my video. That was weird.
Yeah, that was... It like kicked you out of the chat and then like also like shut down the video when you came back, and I'm like, oh, okay. This is interesting.
Discord's like, this guy needs to just chill. Stop.
We've experienced fun technical difficulties. Man, that's the title of this stream now is technical difficulties.
Yeah, I've ruined the flash on my camera because I showed my forehead. Just completely ruined my camera.
All right. Well, it looks like we have asked all the questions we can. So anything else you would like to say before we bid you adieu, Toad?
I just want to say thank you to all of you guys for all your support. Anybody that's new in the Discord, these guys are like pillars for this thing to work properly. And if you need help with anything, just don't be afraid to ask. You know, even me, I don't know a lot about everything, but like I know some stuff. And if I don't know something, I can point you in the direction of one of these guys, and they definitely will be able to help you. So
Absolutely.
I love you guys. Take it easy.
Yes,
Stay
Ask
safe.
Toad.
Ask me.
That's the new channel we're creating. It's the Ask Toad channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for being on here, Toad. Once again, a wonderful person, great addition to the Shaft Stream supporters community. If you haven't checked Toad out on streams, I highly recommend it. It is always a fun blast to go through. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, Toad. And hey, have a great rest of your Saturday, man.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right, Country, you're front and center now.
All right. I'm going to speed run this real quick, but a couple of announcements. First, our featured members for the week. I know it's almost the end of the week, but just to get them in here, we got Practical Porsche, CodetheToad, who was just here, The Hierophant, Confidential Doc, CC Gaming, and the next person that we're going to be interviewing, Stryke66, all for just general support on the Discord. It looks like, yeah, pretty much it there. And then one more announcement. Starting on the first interview in November, we'll be doing a 1,000-bit giveaway. There's 2 ways to be entered into this. One is just by being featured. So if you're announced on the Monday during the prior month, you will automatically get 1 entry in there. And then during the giveaway date, there will also be a channel redemption for it, so that you can get in that way. So that'll be around. Let's see if I can do quick math in my head. Looks like November 9th would be my guess.
I believe so, yes.
That looks like the first one. So yeah, it'll just be about a 1,000-bit giveaway. You don't have to be there if you're a featured member. You won't have to be there to win. If you want to use the redemption, then you would have to be there.
Country.
And if you were a featured member and you want the second one, you can go ahead and redeem that too. So you can get 2 entries at most.
Turk interviews and now we have prizes. Yes, we specifically didn't want to give it to you, Turk. I'm so sorry.
Turk, unfortunately, you are not eligible. Too high up. Sorry.
Unfortunately, you have been denied, Turk. Sorry.
you took a promotion and now you're not eligible anymore.
But yeah, so a couple of announcements on my end of things and everything. So like Goose has so lovingly put in the chat, don't forget to submit those DVD clips to the submission channel. We will be announcing more details on that in the upcoming week. Goose and I just need to have a little, get together session and, have a wonderful pillow fight and everything and girl talk and all that, and then discuss, more important details. But yeah, so look forward to that. We will be announcing more about the DVD event coming up on the 29th, and we will be starting to get people signed up for that. So if you're interested in being a survivor or a killer, get prepared, start your practicing and everything. We definitely had a lot of fun with it last year. We're looking forward to this year. So pump up the hype. No announcements yet on when I'm going to do the wonderful Getting Over It stream. That will also probably be getting discussed here this upcoming week, and we will come back to you whenever the next... we'll have an update for you by the next time we do this stream. How about that? But yeah, those are my announcements. And we do have one final guest. Country, who is our final guest?
It is Stryke66. I'll bring him in now.
Wonderful. Stryke66, welcome in. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very good. Thank you.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. And Stryke, just a quick little introduction for you and everything. Who are you? What is Stryke66? And why? What makes you the amazing person that you are? Besides all the whiskey.
All the whiskey makes me. Yeah. I'm just a barefoot boy from Canada, just trying to make his way, just trying to do his thing. That's all. It's me.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So Stryke is a wonderful member of our community. If you haven't watched a Stryke stream, I 100% recommend it. It's always a blast. and being one of the previous raid bosses, it was great time. It was wonderful watching people try to defeat me until that one person finally did.
That's right, the hype boss. Yeah, that's right.
I know who you are, and I'm coming for you. But yeah, most definitely. Stryke streams a wide variety of things, and it's always fun to watch because Stryke is a very personable person, and he always knows how to make streams fun. But yeah, so Stryke,
That whoever you're talking about sounds like a great person. I would go check them out. I don't know.
absolutely,
I don't know if that's me or not.
absolutely. Especially if they're wearing like a whiskers and whiskey hat,
Got merch, wear it, people. That's if I can tell you one thing. If you've got merch, wear it.
Absolutely. But yeah, so Stryke, a question I've been dying to ask you for a while. What brought you to streaming? I know you just recently had your 2-year,
I did.
which was a wonderful event to come off, like go straight from Goose's 24-hour stream straight into yours.
Yeah.
But what brought you to streaming?
So in all honesty, I was in radio broadcasting at a local college here in Canada, in Ontario, and I was an announced major, and I didn't pursue that. I got into club DJing, which was a lot more fun because it was a lot more instantaneous with the crowd. So I was a club DJ for a bunch of years, and then I got into live events and stuff. Nothing shady, but stuff. But then, so then COVID hit, and when I realized that my job was like, as we all thought in my industry, it's going to be done in 4 months. We'll be done. Everybody will be cool about it. We'll be done in 4 months. We'll be back to work. And that didn't happen. And so I like, okay, well, if I'm ever going to stream, now is the time. So in September of 2020, when I didn't get called back for work, I was like, okay, I'm streaming. I'm doing it. I'm pulling the trigger and started.
Nice.
Terribly, I might add.
But we all have to start somewhere, right?
That's right. 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. Nice. Glad to hear that. So yeah, this wasn't really much of a shift for you. Because obviously you had been, very vocal and everything. And like you were saying, like your past jobs kind of were the more, I guess, what's the more in real life version of what we do now?
I've always been showy. Let's just say that. I've always been showy.
Fair.
Class clown. I'm always the guy that's at the live events that when we're setting up, I'm the guy checking the mic, making an ass of himself.
Someone's got to, dang it.
Someone's got to do it.
Stryke is very awesome. 100% agreed, Toad. So what would be a good tip that you would offer to a new streamer if just for maybe someone who just reached affiliate or anything like that? What would be something you would offer to them as like a little glimpse of knowledge you wish you had when you started?
That's a great question. And I get asked that a lot because I get asked a lot. I think once you've done, and Country will attest to this and Turk will attest to this, but I think once you've done a couple of years doing this, you kind of know we may not have giant people watching us, but we don't have big numbers, but you get asked this a lot. Why, how are we still doing it? And how have we not given up? So first of all, don't give up. If you believe in your product, if you believe in you and your stream, then don't give up, but watch your VODs. Watch what you've done to see what was good and what wasn't. Did you go through a whole 20 minutes of just playing the game and ignoring your chat? This is probably not good. So that would be big. That was what I did to see what worked and what didn't. And I practice a lot. Like I practice new transitions and stuff. I'm messing with OBS all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I had Practical gave you the compliment earlier. You have some of the best transitions, so most definitely.
You know what? As I didn't want to pay for an actual stinger, so I just made some stuff up. I found the move transition, I think it's called, in OBS, and I just play with that.
There you go.
Because I'm cheap. My dad is Scottish, and so that makes me half Scottish, so I'm at least half cheap.
That's a great great way of putting that. Yeah. Fair. So obviously you have probably some of my favorite redeems and everything.
Mm.
What made you think of some of the different redeems and everything you have? Like I know you have like for like the take a drink one, most people, they take water, you do whiskey,
Do whiskey.
or whatever alcohol you have on hand at the moment.
Yeah.
And then you have like the oh gosh, what was the one I redeemed recently with like someone writes a poem for you and you'll either read it or sing it.
The random voice challenge.
Yes.
Yeah. Random voice challenge is uses the voice mod that comes with Stream Deck, and the onus is on the redeemer to either it could be a quote or a song or something like that, and I will we'll do a random voice. We just I've got it set up on the Stream Deck. It just picks a random voice, and then I say that quote as in that voice. So sometimes it's pretty crazy. We get like Clint Eastwood in a like a little baby voice doing the "Do You Feel Lucky" punk one is pretty funny. Hi VG, shout out to my teammate VG Silverhand.
Hey VG Silverhand, how's it going?
She's not part of this community, but she's pretty awesome.
There we go. Hey, we love shouting out other people, so it's absolutely fine and great. Glad to see you. So yeah, so you've obviously, again, you just recently had your 2 years and everything. You've been at this for a while. What have been some of the best and like what has been like some of the best or the worst moments in your journey as a streamer? Because like you've had quite a bit of experience, obviously.
Yeah. I think that I've one really great moment, and I have a lot of great moments, but one still stands out to this day. And then let me think. While I'm talking about that, part of my old man brain will think about bad experiences that we've had on the stream. The best moment of my streaming life so far was my birthday stream in 2021, and so I'd been streaming 4 months, and I just started playing Fallout 76, and decided that I was I was kind of maining that game, and somebody huge from the Fallout 76 community rated me because they saw my stream title saying it was my birthday or something like that. And I had been in their streams a little bit. And so we had done that networking thing that we all talk about. And they came in with 100 and something people, and there was gift subs going crazy. It was my very first hype train. Went to level 5 almost right away. And I'm still super good friends with that fella to this day. It was a very emotional time. I had never really seen a lot of people using the emotes that I had created, right? Because I'm cheap, so I don't buy emotes, fair. So all of a sudden, all these people that I didn't know were being gifted subs and using these emotes. I think I had 2 at the time. I had the cheers and my and the Millie Love emote, my cat with them. So that was like, that cemented it. That was like, okay, I mean, this is awesome. And it really brought things out. It brought me out and cemented that I was going to continue streaming. And I still am friends with many of those people, still to this day. And so Follow 76 always big part of my heart.
Fair.
Bad things. I mean, I've been super lucky. Knock wood. I've been super lucky. Either with a combination of auto mods and SiriBot, which guys, if you're not doing that, get on SiriBot. That is amazing tool to help you with follow botting and raid botting. I have really had a lot of negative times, like not a lot of externally negative times on the stream. I've had to ban one person, I think, in my stream in the 2 years. Because, and I think, the country alluded to this a little earlier, and so did Turk. I mean, they're looking, and somebody mentioned in chat, they're looking to get a rise out of you. If you don't give them that rise, then maybe they don't, they actually turn into somebody who follows you and shows up in your stream not being a dick. But so I've been very lucky, but I have had to ban one guy who was just, he was out of control.
Fair.
Internally, there have been some low points on the stream, and I do remember just quitting one night because it was back when I still had the number counter on my stream, so I could see how many people were theoretically in the stream.
Mhm.
By the way, folks, that's not up to the minute. You don't know. It may say there's 4, but there could be 10 people in there. You don't know. It's not
Absolutely.
reliable. So turn it off. Get rid of it. But I was like, there was nobody there. There was nobody in my stream, and I was streaming a game and I didn't even really like. It was kind of a challenge to do it, and I said, I just quit. I didn't raid out. I don't even think I told anybody because I don't think there was anybody in my chat. I was like, it was a very low point mentally. So it happens, but you get on the horse. 2 days later, I was back on the horse, on my stream. I've had the same stream schedule almost my entire career. So, and I got back on and we carried on, and I just didn't play that game anymore.
There you go. Yeah, like, and that's always been a thing I've definitely noticed. Like, if you don't enjoy the game, like, don't stream it. Don't force yourself to like play it just because like you think it's gonna get you views or something, because that's never going
100%.
to give you like a good environment to stream in. Like, play games that you love, even if they're games that don't have like a lot of views or something. Like, you'll still be able to get people in just with like how you are, and that's what really matters, is like your personality coming out in the streaming and everything. Not so much the gameplay, because anyone can play that same game and
100%.
Still do everything. It's what makes
you
people
got to believe in
stay
your product.
what makes your people stay is you.
It's you, 100%.
Yeah.
There are streamers out there for sure that are streaming and people are watching them because they are good at that game, and so they're going to try and get tips and whatnot from that game, from just watching that gameplay. But I mean, you can get that on YouTube as well. So we're live because we are performing we're supposed to be entertaining, and if you're not, what are you doing? Why are you streaming?
And if you ever need someone to watch to get tips on that, highly recommend this guy. Just saying.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Like, again, like when I first joined this community, and I think you were one of the first people I came into when Ninja invited me to the Shadow Stream supporters. I think you were one of the first people I actually watched. And I'm like, this guy is very interesting. Yeah, and like I just enjoyed watching your stream a lot, and I was I think I can actually like, I kind of started opening up to the community more, and obviously now I'm doing this, so like like we're definitely open to helping, the people who want to help themselves. Absolutely. Because like, oh gosh, I think I've only been with the Shadow Stream community for, I think I am coming up on like my 6th month or something like that. I don't even remember. But yeah, it's a wonderful community. Can't recommend it enough. And obviously, like like Stryke was saying earlier, like he's a part of another community as well, calling out VG Silverhand again. Like, networking is a thing. We understand that. Like, we're just offering this place to you guys where it's like, most definitely make friends here. Like, get to know people here. Like, I've gotten to know Country, my co-host here. I've gotten to know Stryke. I've gotten to know Turk. I've gotten to know Toad. Like, all wonderful people. And I never would have met any of them if I hadn't had that first, like, shadow raid that, happened. It's a great place. I love it.
I will say I 100% agree with you, Recon, because the shadow streamers they help a lot of people get affiliate, and they help me get affiliate because, I mean, if you don't know about streaming, which I watched a couple of guys as streamers, and that's kind of why I thought some of them were older, and I thought, well, that guy's old. I could do it too, right? But they got me to the 50 followers. I didn't have 50 followers because I didn't even know how to network, or even though I didn't know how to network. So I don't know. I honestly don't remember how I got into being part of this community. However it happened, gosh, I'm really glad it did. Because I've met some really, really great people, and Country. So it's really spectacular. What I love about the community. So what I use it for mostly is finding new friends, if you will.
Mhm.
There are, you go on the raid trains, and there's the express things, and there are community events like this one, and you meet new folks, and that's how I meet new streamers. I don't generally raid out to people I don't know, so
Same.
I'm farming this community for people to raid, and so I raid Turk sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. I also have sometimes rated Turk. I don't know about country though. Sometimes like
Well,
I don't want to turn my viewers off.
yeah, well, I know, right? It's okay when he's playing the game and he's just a little down here in the corner, but poof,
Yeah,
he goes
right.
big.
Gotta love that redeem that's just like get rid of country for a few minutes.
I know. I'm thinking about doing one of those actually. It's like just to have Strike turn his camera off.
5 minutes of freedom.
Right?
You don't have to see my
Right?
face.
I could eat on stream. It would be great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's never stopped me from eating on stream.
I won't do it. I mean, I did when I did the 24-hour stream. I did, but it was like little nibbles of
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Because if that's your thing, man, eat on stream. But the worst thing I want to ever hear is somebody chewing into the microphone.
Oh yeah, no, I take the mic away when I'm like eating and stuff, so like it's not super close, so people can't hear me chewing and stuff. Because I'm very self-conscious about that.
Yeah.
But like eating in front of people, I'm like, hey, you guys get, me playing this game and a mukbang. You're welcome. Just make a joke out of it. That's my entire brand of humor. But yeah, so we're gonna open the floor up for you guys to start asking Strike questions. Obviously, country gets first dibs.
Sure.
And
Absolutely.
however much we rib country, I do want to just preface it by saying we do love country.
Absolutely.
He's just also, like we were saying with Turk, he takes it with a smile. So, that just, you gotta rib him.
That's on his OnlyFans page too, by the way. I'm taking it with a smile. That's a different. That would be a different. That's a different website. We probably shouldn't. I shouldn't talk about that. I'm sorry. That was. I shouldn't have mentioned that country. I beg your pardon. Let's just. Can we is this being recorded? Can we cut that?
Yeah.
Can we?
We'll edit that out. That will be on the live.
Excuse, cut that one. Cut that one.
Let's just go to take two.
This used to
Let's.
be a family show.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there are lots of perfectly PG things on OnlyFans.
Yeah, 100%. That's what it's known for. Yeah, don't look that up though.
Yeah, don't Google that though. Don't Google it.
Country, you have a question to ask, so let's go.
Sorry, country, go ahead.
Okay. So we talked about your 2-year stream.
Yeah.
Okay. And you ate some fun stuff, right?
I did.
What was the worst, and why was it the ranch? It was ranch, right? I think I made you eat.
Yeah. It was. You know what? I like ranch dressing.
The Midwestern in me is pained by that.
So yeah, we had 2 things going on. We had the Wheel of Misery, where we spun and whatever it landed on, I would take a shot of that, kind of keeping on the brand of the whole whiskey thing and drinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was the ranch dressing, and it was not cold. It was a little bit warm because it was just sitting in the cooler. And the volume of ranch dressing as it sort of enters your mouth and hits the back of your throat. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
It wasn't. It was not an experience that I liked.
Just the way that you described those details. Oh.
Yeah. So that's that was the worst thing, and that's why it was ranch.
So what were some of the other things? Just out of my own curiosity, because I know I hit a couple of them, but I think I definitely missed a few.
There was so the juice from a jar of olives. There was pickle juice. There was Tabasco sauce. There was so and all of these are like an ounce of it, right? Like you got to do a shot of it. It was an onion and whiskey barbecue sauce. I had to do that one. That was also really gross.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Oyster sauce, soy sauce, and then I put 2 on there that I didn't mind, which is apple cider and orange juice. Although apple cider is a little. It's not actually, that would be the one good thing that would be on there. But the orange juice, the one I picked, was actually had pulp in it. Fucking hate pulp. So
fair. I've never been a huge fan of it myself.
Are you high pulp?
I enjoy it. I enjoy it, but I 9 out of 10 times go for the unpulped. So Code the Toad is asking, what is the career path you had or still have prior to streaming?
Sure. So for a long time, I was a nightclub DJ, and I was also a bartender for a long time. And then I got into live events as a technician. So live events being like, think of roadies for a band, but doing corporate stuff.
Okay.
So doing all the setting up mics and projectors and screens and cameras and everything like that, to do like the product launches that you see like NVIDIA doing or Mac, Apple doing. Smaller scale, but I've worked on some big shows.
But still, yeah.
So I did that for about 13 years, and then I got out of the technician side of it, and I now design it and sell it. But now I'm transitioning out of that industry, I think. And now I'm getting into video editing and virtual event production because I'm comfortable at home, because COVID taught me that I can work from home. And so I want to.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
Does that answer? Is that Code? Is that?
Yeah. Code. Do you feel satisfied with your question?
Cause I'm old guy, right? I'm an old guy. I'll ramble.
Absolutely. We love rants here. It's totally not a redeem or anything. I can't be the only one who rants, we got to have other people.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. We have a satisfied customer.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Thumbs up there. Awesome.
All right. We do have a hydrate.
Cheers, Chaotic. Thank you for the hydrate.
Country, you drink that. You drink that Coke.
There was a question about the big blue mug. How big is the big blue mug? It's pretty big.
How big? Oh, yep. The goose. Yep.
We have this mug, and then I have
totally.
I have this mug.
Oh my geez.
That one's just for whiskey, right? The other one's for your coffee and stuff like that.
This is we do coffee or tea in this one, and then the whiskey in the other. No.
Have you used that one before? The big one.
I will neither confirm nor deny the use of the bigger, bluer mug in any capacity.
All right. Do we have a biggest, bluest mug?
Gosh, no, I should. But now my family and friends, they give me big blue mugs.
I love that.
Because I have this one, which is also big and blue, but this is not the big blue mug. And I have this one, which is also a big and blue, but it's a cup. So some people don't get it right. Some people just don't get it right. They've been punished. Don't worry, folks. They've been punished.
So you've definitely started amassing a collection.
Yeah, which is fine too. And people give me lots of hats, because one of the other thing is a hats off redemption. So I have about 20 or 30 different hats in various sizes and shapes.
There we go.
That's part of the ladies and gentlemen, that's part of the entertainment of the stream. Do that, VTuber. Huh? Do that. Change your hat. Can't do it.
I think technically they can. It's just a process.
It's a process. Yeah.
All right. We have Code asks once more, can you do the Matthew McConaughey? It's so good.
It's not good at all, Code. That was all right.
I love it.
That's another one of the redemptions. That's I try and come up with fun redemptions to do. My problem is pricing them because I don't want to do them a lot because then they get old.
Right.
But you also want to be able to have it available to people who have maybe
Exactly.
not come in the stream. So there's some that are within that 300. If you just followed, you get 300 channel points. So there's a few that are in there, like the hat and the hydrate and stuff that people can do right away. And then if they come back a couple of times, they'll get enough that they can do a random voice challenge or what is that one? A lousy accents. And then I just did a new one for 100,000 points, which is I was going to make another country joke, but I'm not going to, man, because I love you.
No, go ahead.
He can take it.
No, it's all good. No. So I will record an entry, like a little entry sound for them for when they come in the stream.
Ooh.
So,
I know what I'm saving my points for now.
Yeah, do it. 100,000. I mean, if you've been around for 100,000, you deserve a somebody to shout you out and or a certain way to shout you out.
Absolutely. I know. I put it in there as a joke, although of course my moderators have to go for it because they're my best friends in the world. And well, if you can't tell from how I am, I'm an asshole. I'll admit it openly. So of course, who do assholes make friends with? Other assholes. So my 100,000 one is I end the stream. Whenever you redeem it, right there, the stream ends.
Wow.
So yeah, they're like, yeah, we're at roughly about 40,000 now. So we're making our way there. And I'm like, and you're both doing it. Oh, joy.
That's a great redemption.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I mean, like you said, if you get to that 100,000 points, sure, go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
You've earned it. Chaotic has definitely said the next pottery goal for her is making you the biggest, bluest mug. So you can look forward to that.
Nice. I would love it, Chaotic. I would love it. That'd be amazing.
Turk can change his hair, so take that.
That's fair. Yeah.
And
not on demand though.
Not on demand. No. Although Turk, I'm just saying, if you want to make that a redeem, let's go.
Yeah.
And then Glannon, I hope I said that right in one of those two attempts. How do you deal with number fatigue?
That's a good question. So, but Glannon or Glannon. It's good to see you, Glannon. Explain to me what you feel number fatigue is. Do you mean like always looking at your numbers and seeing that they're low, or that they're spiking and then not spiking? And is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, if you could just give us like a bit more detail on that, that'd be absolutely wonderful.
I'll drink while you type.
I can ask a question too if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, we're waiting on confirmation.
So I'll wait for him to fill that out or give more detail. So Stryke, you said you use SSS a lot to find new people.
I do.
And we have a lot of newer streamers. So when you go to someone's stream for the first time, is there anything that you really look for? Like, is there something that if you see this, it's a huge turnoff?
Right.
So kind of like, what can you recommend to brand new streamers as a viewer? Like, what are you looking for when you go in there?
So generally, if I'm going into seeing somebody, I will I'll speak up right away when I'm getting there, particularly because if I know I'm coming in from SSS, I want them to know that their community that they just joined maybe is supporting them. What am I looking for? I mean, I'm looking for you to be. So this is me, right? So this is me, and this is not necessarily everybody, but a streamer that I want to follow, that I want to see, is going to be somebody that kind of has a big personality like I do. Like, if you've got a great sense of humor and you're engaging with your chat, even if you're in the middle of playing a game and you're self-deprecating about the game and you're like, well, there I go dying again. That's so me. Like, that kind of thing that's the entertaining part of what we're supposed to be doing. So that's what I'm looking for, is somebody who is, but I get also that if your numbers are low, if you're a new streamer and your numbers are low, you're not always looking at your chat. So the other thing I say is look at your chat. Those are the people, those are the numbers that you want. They're in your chat. So I think that's what I'm looking for, is I'm looking for some personality. I'm looking for somebody to say hi back.
And I would also build on that. And like, even if you do have those low numbers, even if you're not getting a lot of like experience in your chat and stuff, still always keep an eye on it, and still always like be in that mindset of like, even if like you need to put something off to the side to talk to, like be in that mindset of like always talking, like always like having a discussion with anything, like even if it's a one-sided conversation, it will help you when you do start to get those views, when you do start to get like, you know, actual people talking to you all the time in the chat and everything.
One of the things that I did when I first started was, because I kind of knew that I needed to do that. So I literally was just narrating the game. And my first stream was to nobody. I streamed for 2 hours to 0 people all those 2 hours. I was playing Red Dead Redemption online, and there was nobody. Nobody the whole day. Nobody. I hadn't told any of my friends or family either. So there was nobody for 2 hours. I just narrated what I was doing and why I was doing it, and calling out stupid things that I was doing. So that can be what that can be what you're doing. And that may be somebody that there's a lurker that then types in the chat, LOL, because you just did something or said something funny.
Nice. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
So Glannon, the constant low numbers. Yeah. How do you deal with that? That's rough, man. That's for sure rough. And so I said it earlier on, so believe in yourself, believe in your product, believe that you deserve the numbers. Show up in other people's streams, find other folk that are like-minded. So if you haven't already joined the Shadow Stream supporters, now would be a good time, because we're friendly. We love people. And then and think about what you're doing. Like, so think about your game. So maybe it's a game that you like, but if it's like something like Minecraft, and so there's a science and a business behind what we do as well too. So if there's if you're playing Minecraft and you've got one viewer, you are so far down the list on Minecraft that no one is going to find you, man. No one's going to find you. So a couple of things we can do about that. You might want to change up your game a little bit. Maybe you love doing Minecraft. Craft your game title and your go live message in such a way as it is eye-catching. You got about 30, 35 or 36 characters in your game title that shows in the category. So make it be good, because whatever random thumbnail they come up with and whatever your game title is, that's what people are going to decide is you versus somebody else. Tags in your stream make people come into your stream, particularly the new tags. You can have up to 10 of them. They're customized. I have Whiskey Lover in mine. I have Cat Dad in mine. I have Canadian in mine. And then generally 2 or 3 tags about the game that I'm playing. Because 1 or 2 of those may get somebody to come in. And the Whiskey Lover one has had people come into my stream that I have not met before. And then
Same.
I think you need to also to try and defeat that fatigue, because so first of all, turn off the numbers, man. Just assume you're always streaming to 20 people and they're just quiet. That's all. They're so engaged with what you're doing that they have nothing to say. But there's 20 people watching you, and be ready for that. Be on. I think you got to you got to force it. You got to practice it. You got to do it enough to get comfortable enough doing it that it then becomes more natural. Wow, just talking a whole lot here.
No, absolutely. Go pop off, King. But yeah,
But
100.
I get a lot of people in my chat talking to me about
Mhm.
these very things. So I appreciate the questions.
Oh yeah,
And just
absolutely.
to add on to that, and I know you talked about it earlier. If you're out there supporting a bunch of people and your numbers are still low, it's probably worth looking at your VODs. Would
Look,
you
yeah,
watch
oh, yeah,
yourself?
yeah, for sure. Figure
Mhm.
out, like, see what you're doing. Like, chat your stream summary that you get on your Twitch through your stream manager. Your stream summary or in your analytics there will now literally shows you your chat and when they were highly engaged, when there was a lot of chat messages and when there wasn't. And you can actually click there and it will take you to that part of your VOD and you can see, well, what was I doing that made them all start talking? Now maybe you just got a raid. And so that's why there was a lot of stuff. Okay. But maybe it was something you said, maybe it was a part of the game, and then try and recycle that. Do what you can. And then you may have to change your game, man. You may have to change your game. You may have to Minecraft may not be the thing that gets you started.
Mhm.
Look for something that's that has like, if you're streaming in a category that has 10,000 or 100,000 viewers and you're in there with 3 viewers, no one's going to find you. But if you're streaming something a game that I don't know, but has less, maybe has 1,000 viewers, well, you're not that far down with
Yep.
3 because if you've got 3 in there, because there's people in there with 2, 1, and none. And then tell your friends and family that you stream. Like tell the ones that would care to come in. And sometimes like that's what I did. I didn't have a problem getting the views to become affiliate. I didn't have the followers because once I told everybody that I was streaming, that I knew that I thought would come and watch me, and they did. I had the 3 average, no problem. But I didn't know anybody else.
Yeah.
Thank God for the SSS, who were monkeys back then.
The good old days.
The good
Good,
old.
yeah. I don't know. I don't. They were old days. Let's just say that. I don't know if they were better or worse.
It was
I
definitely a different time.
Mm-hmm.
I
That was back in
definitely
the days. Oh, go ahead.
was sad I wasn't around for those, especially because my moniker is Recon Monkey. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd see crazy numbers on the the hourly raids, but that was with COVID, so everyone was home. Everyone was
Yeah,
able
exactly.
to do
That's the
those.
thing. Yeah.
So I don't think that we're worse than we were before. I think it's just the world's changed.
The
People don't
world
have
has
the
changed
hour.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of folks that don't stream anymore, I think, because, and I think Turk was saying this too, was that people just went back to work. They were streaming just to give themselves something to do during COVID.
Mm-hmm. And I do feel like that was one of the things I kind of like wish I had done more of, like especially when COVID started happening and everything, because like I feel like I would have definitely been able to hit a lot more people if I had started during those times and everything. But like you don't
Maybe
want to,
not.
maybe not, yeah. Like that's another thing that I would definitely recommend is don't like think about the what ifs or what could have been. Just
Yeah.
focus on like the now, focus on what you're doing
Yeah.
now to because like yeah, I still like when I first started streaming this and everything, I did not expect to be almost at like what 180 or 200 viewers wherever the heck I'm at now. I don't even remember. I didn't think I'd ever hit affiliate. I didn't ever think like I
Right.
would, be doing this.
For sure.
Meeting people like Country, Strike, Turk, Toad, Bunny, and all the people I interviewed last time as well. Yeah, like if you focus on the now, if you focus on what you're doing, and you focus on what am I going to do to move forward, you are going to
Mhm.
absolutely find those niches that you're gonna thrive in. And like Glennon, yeah, with the community nights and everything, if that seems to work for you, go for it. Have more community nights. Like yeah,
Yep.
definitely still have like those nights where it's like, okay, cool, like it's not going to be like this is every single stream, because then obviously you're going to burn yourself and your community out
For
real
sure.
quick. So still
For
have
sure.
those like nights where it's like, okay, cool, well I'm going to play this game, like, and maybe use Twitch to find new games to play that maybe you
Yep.
like, maybe you don't,
Yep.
and work with that, like grow. that way, but make sure that it's, it's organic growth. Like that's the biggest thing I can recommend is make sure it's organic growth because like
Yeah.
that's where you're going to get those numbers that stay. That's when you're going to get those people that stay. And that's the main thing that you kind of need to grow is you need those people that will come back, that will, wow, you're a
Yeah.
very interesting person. You're a very interesting streamer. I want to see more.
Yep. We have a great, like if like I know Country does a community night at least once a month. I do a community night at least once a month at playing with the folks in the community.
I need to start.
It's a little bit. I mean, it can be a little bit dangerous, and Turk talked a little bit about playing with folk because some folk they ain't right in the head. I was totally I shouldn't have said that, but that's
I'm
that's
not right in
legit.
the head in a lot of ways, but we're not going to go into that.
Problems.
There are some folks that they're out there to just mess you up, right? So so play with people that you are that you're comfortable with, that you know, right? Having mod squad ready to quash those moments is best. Yeah, tragically, your mods can only react. So put yourself in a position where you are protecting yourself. You know what I mean? Like don't put yourself into a position where your mods have to react. I'm very careful with the folks that I play with. They have to be they have to have their if it's a game with a code that I actually show on the stream, they have to put their name they have to be in the chat, and they have to be in with their Twitch name, not just some random name, so I know who they are, so I can ban them later.
Absolutely.
And we sort of narrow that down too, so like sometimes they have to be members of Discord in order to get the code, which is one way of doing that. But for sure, Glenn, and so like that's absolutely a thing. Maybe also don't stream a lot when you're new. Like I've been doing this 2 years, and my streams are 4-ish hours and 4 nights a week. And I think if I were to go more full-time-ish, I might still do 4 nights, but I'd probably do 6 hours. Like 6 or 7 hours, I think. Because if you're streaming to, like, that's where some of that burnout maybe comes in. If you're streaming for a long time to a few people, like that can absolutely hurt you mentally. But maybe just do a couple hours. Like get on, get in, get the hype, stay hype. If you can't be on for 4 hours or 6 hours, and for God's sakes, don't do 8 when you're first starting. Just do 2 and be hyper and energetic for those 2. And if nobody's clipping anything, make your own clips, right? Like you can stop if there's nobody in your stream. First of all, ask your chat to clip something. Who's great at that? Don Paulione is great at yelling at people, clip that. Sebon is also good. I don't know if he's still a member. But he was also good at, chat, clip that. And I'm like, yes, sir, I will do that. You have told me to do it, and I will do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, Lord knows. I definitely, like, I have my friends, my moderators are really good at going and clipping things. Like,
yeah.
For example, the one when I was playing Poppy's Playtime and I was getting like, oh man, I always have to look up, and then, jump scare. And I screamed bloody flipping murder. It was great. I hated them for clipping it, but it's a good clip. It's an absolutely beautiful clip. Like,
it happened.
Is it embarrassing? Do I hate every single time it plays when I enter someone's stream? Yes.
100%. Yes.
Does it let people know who I am though? 150%.
Yeah.
We can strike out of
Oriak,
context a lot. Yeah. Yes.
Glenn and I, set your schedule immediately. If you don't have a schedule right now, set it. But make sure it's one that you can stick to. So make sure it's one that works with whatever you got going on in real life. So if that means that you can only stream Saturday mornings from 8 until 11 because that's when the kids have karate and your wife is out shopping for groceries, which, by the way, you should go because grocery shopping's fun. But if that's the time,
If done
then
with
just do
someone.
that, man. But make sure so people want to find you. Once they've seen you, they want to find you again, right? Because obviously you're awesome.
100%.
So the question is just make time for you to do this. And if it's a couple of times a week, then just let it be a couple of times a week.
What would be the best way to make your schedule known to your audience? So yeah, you've got the about page. If you have a Discord set up, that's a great way. Excelete is absolutely just copying exactly what I'm going to say before.
There's a widget as well. There's a widget that you can put on, like I've got it on my my about page. If you know that it's a permanent thing, put it on your make that as your whatever your banner or whatever it is when you come into your channel and you're offline or whatever, you can have that. I don't know what it's called, but that's, I put my schedule everywhere. I did make a Twitter account, so I followed a few streamers and I tweeted stuff, and we grow slowly. But that's where I would, there's definitely all those things, all those places, lots of places. Talk about your schedule too. At the beginning of your stream, you end your stream. For sure. Yeah.
Like one thing I always try to do whenever I end my stream, like before we raid out or something, is like, hey, like just in case no one has, seen the stream schedule or anything like that, this is when I'll next be live. This is what I plan on playing. Yeah. So that way, like, you're still letting them know, even if they don't follow you on those devices, even if they don't, scroll down that ever a little bit to see your about page. Like for me, especially just because I don't put that on there because I don't have a set schedule yet, because I'm still trying to figure out what my schedule is going to be with like my job and everything. And with like, just things that I have going on in real life. Like sometimes I was supposed to stream yesterday. That didn't happen. We're starting Resident Evil 2 next week. It's going to be a great time, but like, things came up, things happened. And I'm like, hey, and when those things do happen, when like you figure out, oh, hey, I can't like stream on this night, don't be afraid to just let your audience know. Like they'll be very understanding. We all understand, hey, you're a human being. You have a life. We're not a corporation in America. We will still, that's a hot take, I know. But we will, your viewers will understand that, there are other things, there are outside influences that will, every once in a while, things came up. I can't stream today. Absolutely fair. Take care of yourself first.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you don't want to, if you're not feeling great, and I don't do a ton, because I do try and stick to the schedule, but if stuff in IRL comes up, that's got to go first. And like last week, as an example, and my sweetheart had just a hell day at work. Come home and she is not happy. All right, I'm canceling the stream. You and I are going to go out. We'll go out for dinner, have some drinks, decompress a little bit, and that was the right thing, 100% the right thing to do. She appreciated that a lot, and the community understands.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and when Stryke went live next, we were still there to support him. So
yes, yeah.
Maybe not all of us, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
For sure. Any final questions for Stryke?
No, I've talked a lot. I've talked too much.
Hearsay. There can never be enough talking on this stream.
Perfect.
Except for with Country, because he never talks.
That's best.
That's what I'm here for.
Let's see here, Andy. What's his name? Andy Rickman? No.
How do you?
He's every host's the second banana. The guy he's just there for comic relief.
Yeah. That's
That was
sums
Andy's
up country.
phone this
We
time,
get paid the
Jaden
same, me and Monkey. We get paid the exact same, so it's fine.
There you go.
Wait, we're getting paid?
No,
How do you deal with? I have thoughts on both of those things.
Yeah.
If we still have time.
How do you deal with people breaking streamer etiquette? We'll start with that
Yeah.
one. I also have some words on that one.
I think so. It's depending on how blatant it is. I will generally let it go to some degree. I will call you out if you are saying, "Okay, I got to go stream now." I will call you out and literally say, "Please do not self promote that blatantly on my show." You're probably not going to get banned for me, but there are people out there that do it for sure.
Mhm.
So just, I mean, they may not know that they're being jerky about it. Like they may think that we're friends enough that they can just tell you, "Oh, by the way, I'm going to go stream now." It's not cool because theoretically you might draw people away from the current stream that you're in.
Mhm.
But I just sort of gently go, maybe not quite so blatantly. I try to make a joke about it and say, next time, can you just say, "Hey, I'm going to steal all your viewers." Can you just say that and get it over with? Like I'll make a joke about it.
I've heard him say this a couple of times. Can't confirm.
Like, why don't you just take all my viewers and go over there? I'll just quit the stream and we'll just
All
we'll
right.
find out right now.
slowly
Yeah.
though,
I-
but gently, right? Because they may not know.
yeah. One of my favorite ones that I've used is it's like, all right, I know who I'm raiding into now.
Play your
I saw
cards
a
right
really
now.
bad one yesterday. I was in a stream, a good friend stream where I mod, and the guy's just like, "Yeah, I'm doing drinks for bits in my stream right now." It's like, are you
Dude,
seriously doing this?
dude.
That's a timeout for sure. That's a timeout. If you're
I
a
just
mod,
deleted
like
them
I
out.
would have my
Deleted them
mods
out.
time them out. Yeah.
Yeah, that one would be a timeout, especially because that's blatant self. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%
You hope he knows what he's doing in this situation.
Fair, I
Yeah.
guess. Maybe I have too much. What is it? Confidence in people. I don't know.
Mm.
But
I like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt once.
yes,
That's fair, right?
Same. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Well, now we have the ban hammer.
Now, yeah, that's why we have a ban hammer.
But yeah, so the benefit of the shout.
Okay, so let me do thoughts on Twitch
Yeah,
removing
we'll do
hosts.
that one first.
So hosting, the way Twitch wanted us all to use hosting was when I'm gonna say I'm gonna host country. So you're gonna come to my channel and it's gonna be a watch party and we're going to all watch country. Or my community will watch country. But you're still in my channel, you're chatting in my channel, you're not engaging with country at all. We're watching a movie.
Mhm.
When they introduced raids, that was so much better than hosting because you're literally moving your community into the other community and engaging now with that new host. So hosting kind of has been dead for years. Like hosting the way the Twitch wanted us to use it has been dead, kind of dead for years and kind of broken. And the auto host thing has been broken for months and months and months.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter if they removed hosting because no one was really using it, and there was a myth. There are a lot of Twitch myths, and one of the greatest ones ever perpetrated upon the viewership was that a lot of hosts would move you up in the Twitch algorithm and get you on people's recommended pages.
Which is
So I call it a Twitch myth because no one has ever been able to show me any data that has said that has actually worked. There is a lot of anecdotal evidence that says that if a lot of people host you, that you would get pushed onto either the Twitch homepage recommended, which nobody goes to Twitch homepage, so it doesn't matter. And or your own little recommended down in the bottom underneath your your followed channels as your recommended channels. I had to go and look at my own. And I just don't know. I don't know. So the fact that they're removing it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Right.
I'm done.
It's kind of the same thing with like the whole like debacle with like the new what was it, the Twitch's new numbers for like the price splits or whatever, like the revenue splits.
Yeah.
Where like so many people were getting so worked up over it and everything, and like there was this huge uproar about it. And it's like, do you make over $100,000 on Twitch every month? Because I don't.
You got no shot, buddy. So shut up. You got no shot.
Yeah, like a ton of like small streamers were like up in arms about this. I'm like, dude, it's like I don't even make the 100 to actually get paid for doing like the Twitch stuff yet.
Now.
So,
it's $50
it's 50 now. Okay,
yeah,
so it's been lowered
starting next
recently.
week, I think. Starting next week, they lowered it, and it's $50 for the States now.
But yeah, like I don't even make that to like get paid for doing the Twitch thing. I just do this because I enjoy it. Like, yeah, it would also be nice to be paid, but like then I'll have to actually go to my work and do that whole fun process, and I'm not looking forward to that. But we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, it's like this doesn't affect anything the way that I think a lot of people think it does, and like that might just because, you know, someone who it is affecting maybe started something and made people believe it, or maybe just people didn't read it correctly. I'm not 100% sure, but like understand the material before you like get upset about it, or you know, like understand what it is you're actually getting upset about is my best advice I can give. Because like, yeah, with the removing host thing, when they announced that, I was like, cool, I've never used this.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect me at all. Like I used the auto host thing, but I also realized how bad the auto host thing was. Like,
yeah, it doesn't like it stopped working if you were on a stream team and you were just auto hosting your stream team, which was a setting. It was a setting. It stopped working for the longest time. So you had to like physically populate a list for it to auto host. But again, like what, like if you're coming, so I mean, the number of people that might come to my channel when I'm offline are pretty. I'm a small streamer, so it's pretty rare. And if they see somebody that I'm recommended somebody, and they can see their content on there, are they going to click the button to say to join it? I mean, probably not. They're there to check out my schedule or to find out read my about page, not necessarily.
Or they saw your Twitter. They're out there to follow you quick, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're looking for my Twitter, or they're looking for my one of my socials or something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it wasn't working the way they wanted it to anyway. So it doesn't make any difference. Excelente. That was a great question, and far too long an answer. But
again,
that's what I do.
That's the name of the game in this stream.
I'm very passionate about streaming, so I tend to go on for a lot.
All right, so I think we will end it with the benefit of the shout. We'll stop there. So please, no more questions. But yeah. So what is the benefit of the shout in your opinion, Stryke?
I think that two things. I think it accomplishes two things. I think if you're in my stream and I say that I ask my mods to shout you out, or I God forbid, I actually try and type it in. It says that I recognize you as a streamer. I recognize that your content is good, and I think that your content is a good fit with my community, and I would like my community to go over and see your content. That is the benefit of that from me when you're in my stream. And then it benefits you because you are being recognized as a streamer, and hopefully now then there's two ways you can shout out now, because of course Twitch just released the thing that we've been using all afternoon here is the new shout out, which if you're not already following somebody, it puts the little banner up at the top of the chat with a link directly to their page so that you can do the follow. I think, or can you follow directly from the banner at the top?
From there.
You can follow it directly from the top. Yeah,
I haven't experienced it yet. That's cool.
You wanna see
So
it? I can pull
that's
it
very
up for
cool.
you.
I
It's
would have
just
to be
it's a little follow. It's like a little pop up. Like you see a hype train. It
like
says
the
their
hype
name
train or
and
like
a
the
little
polls
heart.
or something. I
Yep.
gotcha.
Mhm.
So I think that's super good. That's going to be great. I think that's the benefits of the shout out. But
Yeah.
don't go into somebody's stream expecting it. Like don't that's the
Yeah.
thing, right? And to be fair, there's probably lots of folks that come into my stream and I don't know that they're a streamer, so I don't shout them out.
Mhm.
Also, if my mods are not around, I don't tend to shout people out because I forget. So I apologize already. I apologize to all of you.
Yeah. No.
If you're not getting shouted out in my stream, it's because, if you are getting shouted out in my stream, it's because I think that your content is worthy of my community. That sounded a little wrong, but I think that you are good and a good fit with my community, and people should go and check you out when I'm not on. Let me stress that.
Yeah.
Like, make sure that there's a tab on Strike, but also a tab on Recon or Country or Code.
Yeah, absolutely. Like 100% agree. Like it the shout is, don't expect it when you go into someone, but like if you do build up a rep with them, if you do build up a friendship, like,
Yeah.
when I first went into Strike and Country streams, I didn't expect a shout out from them, like, at all. I was just like, these are people that I see streaming a lot in the community. I want to check them out. I want to see what they're about. And then I built up that rep with them. I talked with them in the stream and everything. And, now every once in a while when I go in, it's like, oh yeah, let's shout out Monkey. And I'm like, oh, thanks guys. Like,
Yeah. It'll come organically. I think it has to
Yeah.
come organically, right?
exactly. But like, and that's what I'm saying is like, it took time to get to that point. Like, I did not expect it when it first started happening. I don't expect it when I go visit them now. I'm just like, I'm here because you're streaming. I want to enjoy what you're streaming. I want to just talk with you, have fun. Like, if they do choose to shout me out, and just so happens that the clip that comes up is the one where I scream like a little girl, like, you know what? Okay, cool. I'm embarrassed a little bit, but whatever. I'm still here to have a fun time.
Hey, I have a question for you guys, actually. I have a
Absolutely.
question.
Country goes
and I know
first.
that now I'm prolonging it, but it just occurred to me because of what Recon was just saying. So, like, one thing that some folks will do to get a shout out is raid into you with just one person, right? Like, because you can raid from anybody from your channel into anybody at any time. So Twitch has recently been hyping the fact that you can turn off raids altogether. You can bounce raids that are less than a certain number, whatever you want to pick. And most of the talk I hear is people saying any raid of any size is worthy. But is it? Would you consider putting a bar on it to like 2? Just so that you don't get the one guy who wants to come into your stream and does it every week or every time he's on, and he's really just looking for the comments? Or do you like, yeah, man, whatever, you raided me? Like, I have a whole thing that goes off when somebody raids. So it's potentially detrimental. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What do you guys think?
I'll go first, Monkey,
Yeah.
if that's okay. So
No,
I will
absolutely.
never put the rule up. Right?
No?
Like, I'm not gonna within Twitch. I'm never gonna do that because
Yeah.
if someone legitimately raids with 1, I want them to be able to come in.
Right?
Now, if I see Strike raiding me with 1 3 days a week, I'm gonna talk to Strike because I know he doesn't have 1 viewer ever. So
That is a fair
Do you
statement.
think would you reach out to them? Would you DM them and say,
if I knew them, I would DM them. Yeah.
and say, I know you weren't streaming, so just like don't set off all the alerts and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
what I
cool.
would do. And then
Yeah.
if it needed to go farther than that, then I would just deal with that 1 person. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
punish everyone because of 1 person.
Mhm.
100%. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I haven't put it up either, but I'm just curious what your guys' thoughts were. Recon?
I'm kind of on the same boat with Country. Like, if I know the person personally, I'm going to talk with that person first if it ever does become an issue. I don't think I would put up the ban just because, like, yeah, like a raid is a raid is a raid is a raid.
For sure.
So like, I don't want to like make people think that like, oh man, no, you got to have 2 viewers to come into my stream, because like, I know we're a community of small
Yeah, we are.
streamers. So like, I don't want to like be that guy who's just like, yeah, no, I'm a bigger streamer than you, so I'm obviously more important. Is kind of the way I view that kind of like whole ban and everything. Where it's like, no, like I'm here to have fun. If you want to raid into me with one viewer, cool. Hey, that's at least one new person who is seeing me, who is being introduced to me. Like, awesome. Yeah. And like I still need to get my shout out set up and everything, because Stream Elements is interesting in how it doesn't have anything like naturally put in there. You have to actually put it in yourself. But
I can send you the code that I use.
Nice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'll DM that to you. Sure.
But yeah, like if it does become a problem where it's like, oh, where they're just coming in 3 times a week just to like be like, oh yeah, I stream too, and shout themselves out. It's like, hey, like maybe don't try and self-promote yourself on my stream as much. Or like Country was saying, like, you know, if someone I know always has at least 5 or 10 viewers is coming in and they're only coming with 1 viewer, I'm like, dude, like maybe rate other people like as well. Like maybe don't just come to me every single time. Cause like I appreciate it. I love you. And I do mean that, but like spread the love, you know, like especially because like I only really stream usually 3 times a week. So if you're hitting me on every single one of those, I appreciate it. I do. But there's other people. Like show other, and that's a big thing for me, is like spread the love, show other people. Like I try to raid out to someone different every single stream. Like I'm not going to be like, Strike's on. Yeah, sure, we're gonna raid to Strike every single time. Because,
oh yes, you
like,
should. You should totally do that. Why wouldn't you do that? I'm offended, Recon. You're not doing that.
I actually made my schedule so that I would never have to raid Strike. Like,
That's
I picked
100%.
days that he wasn't streaming. I was like, those are the days I'll go.
But like, you know, if it's been like, you know, oh hey, it's been a few days, I haven't raided Strike, and you know he's the only one around. It's not like, oh man, I'm gonna go just find someone else. No, it's like, okay, cool. Strike is a wonderful person. I know Strike has great content. You know, has a wonderful community, participates with his community a lot. Yes. Like, it's not like I'm saying, like, don't ever raid Strike, don't ever raid Country, don't ever raid anybody. Like, definitely do, but like, I'm one of those people where it's like, I've raided Strike within the past week. And, you know, Empress is live, Chaotic is live, and I haven't raided Chaotic in months. I'm probably going to choose Chaotic first, just because it's like, I love Chaotic and I love Strike equally. And I begrudgingly enjoy Country's content unwillingly. So like, yeah, it for me, it's more like I enjoy raiding out to different people, because it's like, one, these are all people I've seen go live and I enjoy all of their content. And I feel like my viewers will also enjoy their content. So I want to get them shouted out. I want to get them, like, that's how I use raids, is because I somewhat don't have shout outs myself, but also because like I enjoy like giving other people like the spotlight as well. Especially after I've had it for a while, I will go out and I'll be like, this is someone I recommend. That is why I am rating you, because I recommend you. I 100% back the content that you put out. And we're more than likely friends in one way or another. Mm-hmm. And that's how I've always viewed it. So that's probably why I will never actually put that bar for like, people can raid me with, you know, only 2 or 3 viewers and up, because it's like, no, like I wouldn't appreciate if someone did that to me, because I remember when I was on those, like, I'm rating someone with only 1 person, and you know, I still have them every once in a while, but thankfully my community is growing a little bit better. So like, usually I'll raid with like 5 or 6 people, and I'm super appreciative of that. But like, I remember those 1 raid days. And so it's like, I don't want to cut those people out from being able to showcase, you know, their appreciation, their love for me as a streamer, just because they only have 1 viewer.
Yeah. Yep. Fair point. Yeah, I don't know if it was designed necessarily to maybe help with hate raids or something. I don't know, like if you turned them off or turned them on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Agree.
Maybe. I do like the fact that you can turn them off altogether, which is very cool. For just such an emergency, right?
Mhm.
Or if you are getting raid botted a lot, then just turn them off for a couple weeks and they'll move on.
Yeah.
So that just thought I would get your opinions. Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the question. We appreciate it. And to anyone who it will come on to this later, feel free to ask us questions too. This isn't just, us asking you questions. You can't ask questions back. 100%. You've got a question for us. Go for it. Like,
Go for it.
absolutely. Like, maybe don't ask Country a lot of things because he's a little weird, but it's whatever.
I'm just here if you need me.
I'm kidding, Country. I love you. You make some amazing content.
Let's see.
But yeah, that will be the end of this stream. Thank you so much, Stryke. Obviously, since you're here, thank you to Turk and to Code the Toad. You guys were wonderful people. We have a custom invite. Why isn't that on Nightbot timer? That's a great question. I have no idea. He makes content. Oof. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much everybody for tuning in. We will be doing this. When's our next one, Country? I don't even remember.
It looks like it's gonna be the 19th.
Yes.
That'll be about 5 or 6 o'clock Eastern.
The 19th, and we do have confirmed that Otaku will be at least one of our people that we interview because he was the first person to redeem the interview. Which, by the way, not to self-promo or anything, but there is the redeem in there for getting yourself interviewed. If you ever want to do it, like, it's there.
Right down there somewhere.
But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today. Thank you again once more to our wonderful people. If you haven't checked them out, Stryke, again, one of the best people I have watched with, like, how he interacts with his community and everything. And if you ever need pointers on how to do it, he is the person to go to. 100%.
Thank you.
Code the Toad. Haven't had as much experience with him, but again, he is a wonderful personality. He has a great voice, as Turk pointed out multiple times with the Butamus. And then Turk himself. Like, Turk is a great person. Turktopia is a wonderful community. They're very friendly and forthcoming. All great people. All wonderful people to look at if you're trying to build your own community, because they have very good communities already. And, they're very open to, if you have questions or like if you were looking for pointers, they're more than willing to help. So check them out. But yeah, anything else before we leave, Country?
No, I think you got it.
Awesome. All right. Well, you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's look for someone to raid into because, we're all about raiding here. And you know what? I think we're going to raid Bunny. We're going to raid Bunny Mao, who is playing some Overwatch 2 right now.
Nice. Ask her about her kitten.
Ask her about her. You've heard it here. Ask her about her kitten. All right, and we are starting the raid now. Thank you, everyone, and we will be signing off now. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you on the 19th. Bye!